All right, so we are, I think, coming actually 15 minutes early for everybody, but we are ready to go here. Uh,
It's a change.
yeah.
Usually we're late. Hell yeah.
See, we're doing
Inconsistent
good. We're doing good.
is my middle name.
Oh, so last we left off, well, actually, we're rejoining as everyone's coming to waking hours, kind of awakened by just sudden movement by both Talvin and Keen as they just had a dream in which they encountered the woman they had been hunting, Lecrae Fakra, who was holding two children. With red skin and black horns and tiny little black claws. Trying to put some pieces together, shown to them by whatever entity they had presumably made some type of deal with months for them, years for everyone else ago, in a mist-shrouded house formerly belonging to Lecrae. And I think you wake up to the stars, but you also hear this insane neighing of a horse that's like hitting the tree and is going crazy. You hear yelling like, "Get that horse under control!" from below you.
Are we all sleeping in the same quarters, or are we split up?
Yeah, she's showing the isolation together.
Right. And if Keen is up, I think we lock eyes, and I think I'm just gonna start.
You saw it too?
There was a eye in the sky, and there was Lecrae, and did we just see Azrael?
I don't know what that was. I thought it was the house, honestly. But who knows? Only Alanthor saw it, if he even saw it at all. We're the only two with this black hand left.
Is everyone still asleep, or are they?
I think everyone's waking up to this. They're starting to come to consciousness.
Are we still like supposed to be like quarantined, like not going out with people?
I would say, yeah. I think right now, I think we can skip ahead to, but this was the first night you were back. Well, that you got actual rest. That this kind of occurred.
Okay. I don't know what any of that means. I can only assume that whoever we were with the mother and that strange carnival, there's got to be something connecting them all. I don't know anything. I don't know what's haunting us.
The house seems pretty clear.
The house was clear. Lecrae, Azrael.
It wants Lecrae. It's been asking us for Lecrae. It's even given us intel on Lecrae at this point. We're gonna have to do something to appease this deal we made with it. As shitty as it was,
we can just learn more of what Lecrae is feeding off of. Which, sorry, I'm a little groggy. That was a weird dream. We just need to learn. We need more information. We need to go somewhere to get more. Who would help us with this? Do we go home? Do we seek help from somewhere else?
I think we definitely head back to Rosanna. However we do that.
I take out the night stone shards that we got from day one.
Mm-hmm.
If this can get us anything, it could give me a favor. We can start talking to people once we get home. But that's gonna be God knows how long. But we can start. Once we get to Rosanna, we can start asking for favors. Do you know anybody that you can talk to when we get home, or?
I have the order I can consult with. I don't think they'll have much, but who knows what they know.
Well, they're learned. Like I've seen the things that you do. You have. You're all You're not stupid. You know what you're doing. You're a monster.
There's some in the order older than Zook. So
Okay.
they might know something, but nothing's guaranteed.
I'll say, Talon, make a history check real quick.
Natural one.
All right, continue.
Well, that before.
Okay.
Gravity.
Well, we're definitely not heading back into the Blacklands. It seems like that didn't.
Yeah. I don't know. We don't know too much about how that works. There is definitely a barrier. We just don't know how fast that's going to be, and if this place is still safe.
I want to get back to Rasana fast, but we've lost too many at this point. It's just me and you now, Talvin. Look around us. It's literally just me and you. These are all new faces that we've promised their safety.
So are you going to help me keep that promise to bring them all to safety then?
If I didn't, I would have been gone a long time ago.
For what it's worth, thanks for sticking around then. If it really is
Somebody's
just
got to
us,
fulfill these promises.
I can't do it alone. Okay, let's think. Where do we go? That isn't.
Yeah, I think as you're having this discussion, at least in my head, you see your children that follow you around, kind of sitting on the bedpost, listening.
I forgot they were still around.
For clarification, this
It's
is a
just
couple
like I
days
think
after we
Talvin's
got
just
here.
been in denial about them. Like they're not even there, so we just kind of just like.
Oh, I
Just
never
me.
forget about Groot. Me and him hang out all the time. He's always walking alongside. When it's just Keen walking in the back, you notice Groot just and he's just sitting back there, and they're always talking. Groot teaches him about medicines and cooking. Groot actually is he likes to cook. Did you guys know that? He wants to be a chef.
Does he even eat?
Not currently, but let the boy dream. Let the boy dream.
I think I'm gonna fly down from where I was sleeping and go, who the hell are you guys talking about? What's going on?
Oh my
Oh,
god.
yeah.
It's Keen. Let's not burden with that bullshit.
Yeah,
It's
nobody.
gonna be a good day,
Nobody's
okay?
gotta know that. And I'm like scratching my hand, my
Yeah.
black hand, just.
I think now that the sound of the horse is getting like louder and louder, and people trying to control it.
I can't. We can't leave this. I can't peek out and see what's actually happening out there, can I?
I think you start to, and you hear "whoa" as you hear like something crawl, like running up the ramps. Like, don't let a horse up here, it could mess up. And eventually, like having bucked everybody else off through the window, at first you're like, "What?" And you recognize Buddy.
No.
Buddy.
Oh shit!
Oh, Epo?
What's up, dude?
What the hell? It's Buddy. I don't
Calvin.
know.
Yeah, I
What's he doing here?
Gift horse and I don't know.
He must have smelled you.
Me?
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
hated
he comes
him.
up and like the head through the windows, like smelling you, trying to like it's
Oh,
totally
yeah.
Yeah,
licking
buddy,
you,
calm
going
calm
over your
down.
key.
I'm kind of
What's
just
up, dude?
moving his head away and just checking him. He looks fine. He's not hurt or beaten or anything like that. He looks fine, right?
Oh, a little older, but yeah.
Strongest
Damn.
bull.
It's been 2 years. I can't believe you still smell me. I must smell awful.
This guy made it by himself. I guess Buddy was always everything Elanthor said.
Yeah. Someone's coming up. They're like, "Hey, Bingo's left that horse. She was she's what she rode up in when everything went to crap.
Thank you.
And she
Big
just
Boss.
left it here. It's been fine. Just went crazy."
Wow. Well, yeah, take care of him. Oh my god. Like I give him like kind of maneuver him to give the reins to
Yeah.
that one.
Okay,
Just
it
like-
looks like it's your horse now. I don't know if we can they kind of calm it down. After seeing you starts to go back with them.
I mean, that does solve another question. We need some digs. We need to get transportation, a couple of horses for everybody, right?
We definitely should look into some horses. I don't know. What's our plan, Talvin? Do we plan to go north? Do we plan to go south? What are we doing? Are we going to deal with Lecrae?
No. We
Are
can't.
we
do that.
informing everyone?
We need to get home, recuperate, get a sense as to what time we've missed, I don't know. What's South looking like right now? South seems safe. They don't mess with the Divine Empire as much as I hope they don't.
All I know is I'm not trying to go back where we just were.
No, I'm not
That's-
tangling with any more dead. Yeah, that was weird. They kept coming back after we got that.
One after another.
So, do you turn no matter what, or is that just a fluke? I don't know. I'm not a necromancer. I don't know how the undead works. I'm no specialist in that. But yeah, east right now isn't the right direction. I don't know what's north. For all I know, it could be more of them. It could be a bunch of other people that are waging war. But I know south. We've been there before. I feel like that's a safer route. But you know what? Let's not leave it up to me though. We gotta talk to everybody else.
Yeah, I think like I don't know, maybe Zook is still in bed. I haven't heard from him yet. So I wanna go over to Zook and just kinda sit cross-legged on his shoulder. Just like, hey.
Hey, Ari. Ari, we're home. We made it.
Yeah. Your son's here.
He is. My other boy will be here soon. We're fine. Ari, we made it.
I'm really happy. It seems like you're really happy here.
We're staying, right? I mean, they need our help here. These people, they can't live like this. Not without help.
No. I know this sounds crazy, but in my dream last night I saw my home and it's not home anymore. It doesn't look like home. My home's gone. I don't think I have anything to return to. So if it's okay if I can, stay with you guys.
Ari, this can be your home now.
Yeah, I think it would be a good. I think it's a good place. The trees remind me of what my home used to be like, and I feel at peace here.
Well, and I mean, I don't want to overstep, but I mean, my boy Castor's going to be coming back here, and Castor, he's a strapping young lad, Ari.
Zook, I'm older than you are.
Well, I mean, okay.
Might be a little bit wrong.
It's all about proportions. It's okay. I get it. It's not a big deal.
No, I appreciate that.
But I'm just saying. If you want to find a place to belong, this could be your place. That goes for everyone. Talvin.
Yeah. Hey, morning.
Ari can be home here. You can be home here, Talvin. You could build a life here.
A fox just runs and is kind of like figure race between Zook's feet. As that looks like.
Zook, I'm happy you found your family, and I share in your joy of getting reconnected. But my fate is dragging me somewhere else. I'm gonna be honest. I don't see myself staying here for any longer than I have to. We got some unfinished business somewhere else. We gotta get home. Gotta look out for what's good for the group. But I thank you for staying with us for as long as you have, because I know that wasn't easy. We dragged you all into such impossible odds, and I sacrificed so much just to get us to safety and back home. And I can't thank you enough for doing what you did back at the carnival. And I take out the piece of paper that has my recollection of the memory that Zook gave up, and I want to give it to Zook.
What's this?
Open that up when we leave, I tried my best to make sure I got it just right. But if you ever feel like you're forgetting something important, you go ahead and read that. And just know that we'll be thinking about you both. And Ari, I know this isn't home, and I know that's something you want to explore and maybe find some answers for. And if we get to Rosanna, I will let you know what we find about home.
Talvin, I'm sorry I can't go. Look, as there's evil in this world, Talvin. And I don't know if it's him or just courses through him. But we can't let that stand. And I can't leave my family again.
If you want to stay, yeah, and I'm all for that. Stay. Try your best to fix this.
I need you to go. Keep your eyes open. If there's an opportunity, Keen, I know you're still on the hunt. If there's an opportunity, take it. But be wise and smart. Remember Lucre. And that gift I gave you. I don't know how long its magic will last without me nearby. I wish it'd last. I'm just not good enough at this yet. That's what I learned in Victor. But I'll be better should our paths cross again.
We'll definitely keep in touch. I wouldn't feel right if I didn't check up on you guys being out here.
I can't believe you're leaving, Zoop. I understand, but we had so many plans. Well, I had so many plans, Zoop. What about the Zookeen? What about the Keen Zoo?
I know.
You were gonna make stuff. You were gonna teach me things. I wanted to learn more. But I understand.
Keep the bag. You can reach Bingles with the bag. No, keep the bag. But this, and I hold up the Dunamancy. I pull it out of the bag of holding.
I actually took that while you were sleeping. So.
Oh, okay. So you got it.
Where is it?
Where is it?
Sorry, I had my own kind of experiments with this. This is also something I need to talk to some people wiser than me about.
I was gonna let you choose, Talvin. If you want to keep that, I trust you with it. I've got plenty to work on here.
Got it.
And hey, I'm probably still staying here too, so if it's all the same with you.
Boy, I wouldn't let you go even if you wanted to. All right. You're a young man. We've got things to teach you.
Yeah, Belric, I feel like this probably be the best place for you. It's actually pretty close to where you left. It's probably entirely less evil. Then again, there is an undead apocalypse around us, so I wouldn't go too far.
True. Yeah, it's just like home.
Yeah, we could create our own family here. Zook, Belric.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? If you guys stay, I feel like this place will be a lot better off if you stayed. Rasgard is needed in more places than just us. And we've seen things, we know things that, frankly, I don't think the world is ready for. Lucre could probably be the source of all of this, all that is wrong that has happened so far. And if there's anybody that can help these people, it is the three of you. There's a possibility that you guys can do some really good here.
A pseudo dragon lands on your shoulder.
Hey,
and they feel like that's going to be really good for them.
You guys saved me from a capture that was longer than I even knew. And I am eternally grateful for you and what you did for me. I don't know how much weight this carries anymore, but if you ever need, you can always say the Oberon family, backs you up.
You guys, we're probably heading down south. I feel like that's probably the safest way to go.
Yeah, I think there's a knock. There's a knock at the door at this point, and kind of after the knock, they open up this kind of a hatch door and looking in. They keep some distance, Did you say the O-ring family?
Yes.
You're the O-ring family.
Me, right? Am I? Is that right?
Yes,
I
that
don't
would
want
be.
to say the wrong information, but
No,
yeah.
you're good. A,
Does that mean something? You?
it closes, and then you see like the same woman who was served as chaperone before open the door, and there you see this. You recognize this as a rather young elf. They're in their or like they're only about like 58. So they're maybe 17 in elf, and they bow as they're like, your family. I don't understand. The O-rings are not the O-ring family. They rule in Uthadern, or at least one of the houses. But you're because they look at they're like, you're not elf.
No. What's your name? I'm Liara.
Cassandra O-ring.
I'm Liaria. It's Princess Liaria. Do you know me?
Only the tales of what my great grandmother was like. She kind of starts to get really confused because she's obviously seeing a pixie in front of her.
I want to keep my distance because I don't want to infect you. But it's me. I've been trapped in a different land.
I cast Enlarge on Liaria.
Okay,
Just making her bigger.
So she'd be small.
It only goes up by one category. So it's,
Yeah, so tiny to small.
Yeah, I know. It's just any way I could help.
Yeah. She kind of looks at it. She goes, and she takes this ring. It's like, well, it looks like it was a ring at one time, but it's been worn down and broken a little bit, and now it's around a pendant and tied up. And as she kind of throws it across the floor to you.
Okay, yeah. I pick it up. What?
And as you pick it up, it like has this very soft orange glow to it. And she just starts crying. She's like, I don't under. And you were one of the only ones who were at the center. We thought you were lost. Did anyone else survive?
I was transported. I was in a different land. These guys, these men here, they saved me. They're the only reasons I'm here with you.
So much time has passed.
Yeah, about 272 years, about that much time. But it's me, I promise.
I guess your daughter's still there?
They're there?
Mm-hmm. And not in Malasmere, but
Yeah.
Uthadern, where we all fled.
Oh, they're still alive?
Yeah,
And I think she just
great grandma, she's there.
Oh, she is? Oh my goodness, I didn't know what happened to them.
Do I know anything about Uthadern?
I'll roll a history for how much. You're definitely going to know something here. But let's see how much detail you get.
Guys, this is my granddaughter. Hell yeah. I didn't think any of them were alive.
It's a 10 for me.
A 10. I think you're familiar with the Uthadern diarchy. You essentially know, I would say that it's ruled by a dwarven monarch and an elf monarch together. And I think I think that's basically all you would know. Very basic information on it.
And does that information include location? Like, I know where.
I think you know roughly where it is.
Yeah, where is it close
It'd be north of the Grain Wildlands, or in the Grain Wildlands in the north.
So Ari, is the Graying Wildlands. It's home to Shady Creek Run, which I think Wilkash has told us about once, or told me at least. And then there's Savalier Wood, and then somewhere north of that is Zuthadern. It's
That's where my family
something.
is.
Yeah, that opens up some possibilities. I maybe I'm gonna give another promise out because that's all I do. I'm going to, if I find anything on Uthadern and your family, and more about Malaismir, I will let you know, and you can act on it however you want. But that'll be a start at least. I'm just to say thank you.
Yes, I must go. I, I don't know. My heart is torn.
Yeah, she's still there. She goes, I mean, you have time. It's still dangerous to go up that way. I was sent here. There was a war with giants, and I was originally sent here for safety before, well, the blackened lands happened. But I mean, I believe they're still around, but it's definitely a war zone up there.
Goodness. Thank you for.
She was, and I think at this point the chaperone woman still is like, yes, I really don't want to be rude. I don't want to be crass. We just need to wait the time. I am, and kind of just words kind of pushes the girl away. In a way, just kind of definitely a woman who's like does not want to do her job but needs to do her job. Just kind of making sure it all. I think happens. And I think you guys can have this conversation, but what I'll say is we can get to the point where I think it was offered to you before. Any information you wanted, it was willing to like have people come and be on safe distance to talk to you to help you understand anything.
Right.
So if you requested things, or
I probably would have requested more concrete information about Shorehas and how it's faring with all this, and more just like more of a detailed orienting of how far spread this black landscape is across this land.
yeah, I think let's go make an investigation check just to how well you're able to navigate the people you talk to and what they have.
Natural 20.
Oh, there we go.
If it matters, it's just natural 20, straight 20.
Nice. Yeah, so what I'll say is the infection of the lands essentially cuts off any travel directly east to Jorahas.
Okay.
From where you are in the Sangrine Forest, again, it's kind of like a little bit outside of Chostenwald, and then kind of goes to that part of the Ashkeeper Peaks. And from there, like the water supplies and all of that is infected. And it goes as north as the Dunrock Mountain. So it encompasses Rasgard Garrison, Grimgolier, that entire area.
Okay.
As far as how east it goes, there's not really any information. It's just kind of, it's basically the shape. You can kind of see there's almost this like, almost they kind of draw almost a straight like angle as to where the arcade wards were put up to protect as much of the empire as was possible. So kind of from Zadash, they're kind of talking here. They're like, we're able to save, I don't know how much you know, but this city called Huppaduke. It cuts a little bit through their Crispvale thicket, then up past Grimgrulier. but the Ashgard garrison, Blade Garden, was taken. Talonstadt was lost, as far as they're aware. But yeah, I think as far as how east it went, I would say with a natural 20, there's a few people who've sort of been that direction. They still don't really know because you're just not in a place that would have that information.
Right.
But with a natural 20, I would say they've heard rumors of the dynasty figuring out some type of similar charm that would keep that prevented outright destruction. So I think people are aware the dynasty exists still, whatever that actually looks like, but no one's totally is aware who's here anyway.
Right. And as far south as does it go over the border into the coast, or is it also stopped around there?
Yeah. So it actually, I think what you're able to get is that it doesn't really go past what's known as the Wyun Gates, which is what separates the Clovis Concord from, and that was even like part of an alliance. They actually talk about a great battle that was fought in which they actually retook the Empire retook that area to kind of shore up relations with the Clovis Concord. And this was kind of before they lost the Cyan Green Forest entirely.
Okay, well, there's still hope. And the south is still relatively safe. Thank you. I needed that information.
I'll give you this with a natural 22, actually. That somebody there was in the front lines, and they're talking about, oh yes, and they'll say we're gonna give it. Actually, we'll give it to a dwarf here. He goes, all right. It was the craziest thing when we figured out, the Korsaka jungle. They wouldn't penetrate it. Something about that jungle, and we're able to use that, and we pinched them off while the great Azrael made his preparations and made the wards.
The great Azrael, of course. Yes. Okay. I'm a little fuzzy on that information, but I don't need to know anything about that right now.
Does Lakash know a lot more about the great Azrael stuff?
I mean, Lakash worked under him and took orders. Like, it was kind of this weird thing, and never pretended to know you. Like, never even
right, yeah.
Kind of was very much. There was probably a knowing glance here or there, but you were also in the middle of an undead invasion, so you kind of didn't think too much of it at the time. I think.
Yeah.
It was kind of like, and he was very high ranking at that time, and you were still a mercenary. This mercenary, and he had risen up the ranks very high.
My man, he's went in there.
I gave him my Everclear.
I mean, so out of character, Cerberus Assembly, I think you guys can talk about this so you can get this to know, is the equivalent of like a high like noble or lord. So probably the highest rank one of the highest ranks you can get without being king is a member of the Cerberus Assembly, essentially. So, and there are several members, so having one part of that power is definitely a huge amount of power to have.
Koraska Jungle. We landed somewhere near there. We landed in a river once upon a time. In a lake there. We met a village of Tabaxi.
I think you're Kanta Lake with it. Yeah, it's Kanta Lake with the Tabaxi that live there throughout the jungle.
And they're thriving there. They're not. They seem to be.
I mean, I haven't been out there with the rebellion here. I just stayed, but I mean, from what I haven't heard of them being wiped out, and usually a word like that would go. But we do know that area stayed. They just wouldn't go in.
That's good. Good to know. Where we went wasn't too destroyed. Thank you, sir. That helps us a lot. I just thank you. Can I have your name, sir? Just so I know.
Right. My name is Spyhammer.
I extend my hand out as I realize I can't do that yet.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. You can't be. Has anyone told you yet about why we do all this?
I assume it has something to do with not just getting rid of the blackness that take over the land. That's a weird word. The corruption that is the land.
As you explained to me, and someone else might be able to tell you a bit more, you ever hear somebody say like I don't know, food would fall on my floor and there'd be like an insect or an ant in it, and they'd be like, you eat all these ants by yourself anyway when you sleep, right?
Yeah, man, like the 5-second rule.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. There's just bugs. You can wipe them off. Well, that land there, let's say there was a bug that died in you and you were over there a bit too long. That might come alive in your stomach and started eating you from the inside out.
Yikes.
I'm gripping my stomach like, oh god.
Oh, fun.
So things get in your mouth when you sleep in that area. It's quite dangerous. So just as honestly, that you guys are even alive and kicking and you don't show any sign to wear, but we can't. Let's just say things happened.
Oh yeah.
People have died.
Has there been anything to stop the process? When we were fighting people in there, when we were trying to get here, they died and then they came back together. Is there a way to stop that from happening?
Yeah, they kind of just like.
You killed some people.
Yeah, then we killed them again. Then they came back. Then we ran. We were kind of messed up.
Oh, you're lucky to have your lives.
Wait,
You don't
very
kill
lucky.
people over there.
Right, because it seems to increase.
They
the
don't
numbers.
die.
I mean, we didn't know that at the time.
We really didn't.
So I think as you explain more of the details, go. You killed a spellcaster.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Those with magic in their veins, they react differently when they die there. They make the monstrosities, the crazy. I mean,
I'm
learned
so
that
glad I
quite
didn't die.
No, yeah. Oh my god.
it's why one of the reasons the war's not fought anymore. Can you imagine the two armies going and you kill a bunch of wizards with a well-timed border, and then you get a bunch of those, like a crazy skeleton thing that's 80 feet tall. No one wants that. It has ended the border hostilities almost completely.
That makes sense. So there's nothing to stop that process from happening.
Alanthor.
Oh,
Who?
Our friend Alanthor back in Zadash.
Oh, dead guy.
I really
Yeah.
don't.
Okay.
I'm looking at Zook. Do we really tell them everything, or do I leave things out?
You
About-
can tell these people anything. I'll be here. They're going to be asking me questions anyway.
So we were there when it started in Zadash. Something happened to our friend, and our wizard brought him back with some magic. And I can give you one guess as to who that wizard was.
Why would I know?
Because he's the ruler of the Empire.
King Dwendal.
As
The one you just called great, right?
Right, he's not.
Yeah.
He's not a ruler. He's not the ruler of the empire.
Right, well,
just
he's,
one
he's,
of the
he's
Silver
practically
Seven.
he's practically the number one guy. Anyway, that night,
Azrael started.
Azrael saved Alanthor by bringing him back, but it wasn't conventional. It was something dark, something that was a part of him, quite physically and quite metaphysically, esoterically. And
You see, he's
Alanthor
kind of
was-
looking around. He goes, "I need you to stop right now. You have to understand.
Excuse me.
There are people here that I know personally, whose wives, whose children, was saved by Azrael.
You got to know the truth.
Yeah.
Possibility that
Listen
might help
to me. Listen to me now. Maybe I can know the truth, but you need to shut your mouth and watch you don't say it in a place like this. You don't think there's people can hear you from this. Maybe you can talk to somebody, but I'll tell you right now. He goes, he even brokered a peace, sort of. Yeah, there's still hostilities here. I don't even know. They might have burned this place down if it was not for Azrael.
You're right.
I have no idea who you are or where you came from. I came here to give you a history lesson. And I don't know. It doesn't make much sense to me why you'd make up a story. So you're probably not, but I don't care. What I'm telling you is if you want to get out of here and possibly Wildmount itself with your life, I'd be careful what you say. You don't look like a liar. But
I do think that these people have a right to know at least how it spreads, at least what to look out for. Spellcasters are the key to making these powerful constructs of undead.
Well, that's for sure.
We need to take precautions. If there's any way that what I can tell you may help you, this is for the better.
So let's put it this way. You saw some crazy wizard do some crazy crap and bring someone to life.
Yes, I did.
And you never caught this wizard's name, right?
Let's say that I did.
So you didn't know who it was? Now tell me what happened to this unknown wizard you met for a day.
This unknown wizard that I haven't met, that I've only met for a day, raised my friend. And then the very next night is when the invasion of the undead started.
Yeah. Did you say Elathor's name?
I don't remember. I think I did. Let's say it.
Yeah, because you said, remember Elanthor.
I said Elanthor.
You can see, kind of looks at you. Elanthor, you say?
You know of him?
We call him the Slaughterer.
Oh, I see.
At this point, it's almost something we tell children, but I saw him once. Walk in the ash, keeper peaks. Armies at his command.
God damn it. I'm not gonna, all right, I won't speak any more of this, but
Listen. You know, he really looks at you closely. He's like, you believe what you say. I can tell that much. Like I said, you need to be careful. And if you're somehow connected with all this, if you have a way to somehow undo it, I suggest you do.
Okay. Can you do me a favor? When the time comes that we're out of this quarantine, can you arrange some horses for us?
Aye. I think I understand you probably want to get going soon then.
Yeah.
Listen. I don't know who. My guess is some other people have already heard this conversation. If I spread it around you're leaving, that's probably the best bet for your safety anyway at this point. He looks over to y'all like, Zook, you're fine. Believe me, no one's going to move against the generous father anyway in our day. And kind of moves off. And I think it's about this time you realize Skaha's not with you. As you kind of look and her bed has been empty and there is a tiny letter sitting on the pillow.
And Keen's also messaging to try and get back in.
Oh, thanks.
There we go. We got the voice in.
Yeah. Oh, I see the voice.
Sorry, yeah, my phone's acting up.
You're good, man.
Yeah, sorry. Between all those Discord alerts, I didn't hear the video alert. People pooping pants in Discord.
I'm gonna pick up the note on the bed and read it aloud.
Wait, take it for traps.
The person that's supposed to do that is gone, and I pick it up, looking at. I'm sure it was Belric that said that.
Yeah.
No, it's just Aiden making a joke.
I open it up and I read aloud.
Yeah. It reads, "Hey, Rasgard. Apparently I've slept for years, but I'm now... Something within me has changed. If I still have any of my skills after that long rest, I've already gone and no one knows where I went. All I know is I have to find and chase down Vendrin. If our paths cross on that, then maybe we can move forward. If you end up going back to the dynasty, no, I'm going to Scottish. If you end up going to the dynasty, I can't even say dynasty. You can take this ring, and you see there's a little signet ring of the House of the Den of Glass. It says, I don't know what influence my family has anymore. We hardly had any to start with. But whatever it's worth. Something happened to me before we left Nicotranus. I've changed. I found a peace that I never knew. And being Goldsbeak made me this dagger that I'm holding now as I write, and me and her have some business to take care of. Hope to see you soon. Alive. Or to find the work you make of Lecrae's body. Skaha.
I put the ring with the paper folded up, and I put it in my backpack. Okay. Rasgard, where do you think we should go? Sorry, if I'm too quiet. Where do we go next? We can go. We have that lead for your home. It's gonna don't know how long it'll take us to go around or through it. But south is also a lead for understanding more about Azrael.
Yeah. One of the things you're provided with here too is going to be a map, a general one of the area as the people are hearing of you planning your expedition.
Right.
So you can have a good idea of where everything is.
If you guys are planning, do you want to get your blue flying friend?
Yeah. Bring him over here, Belric. Or someone.
I can't leave.
Yeah, so
That's right, yeah.
I'll say for the purposes of this, so I'll say, is there any other information you want to grab while people would be at your disposal?
I want more information about what's going on. I want to know if my husband's alive. Obviously, my daughter survived, but maybe not. I guess my husband could have. I don't know. I want to know more information about that if I can.
Yeah, I see from your
it sounded like they fled, but I didn't want to make any assumptions.
Yeah, you get back, and the one that's been kind of being your handlers for the most part, it's been we need after quarantine. Maybe we can work it out. She's been a little. She's had a few panic attacks. It's a little bit of a shock meeting you. But if you, I don't know if you plan to say what your plans are. If you stay here, we can probably work that out. But I'll see if I can ask her that if it works out. Though I'll leave word as best I can.
Okay.
And I think you do eventually, not from her, your great granddaughter there. You do. I would say that she would confirm that he's alive. The last she saw him, it's been 2 years since she's had contact with the family. But or a little under 2 years. But so as far as she knows.
Okay. My husband's alive, guys. They all made it. I thought they were dead.
Keen, I want your input on this, because it can't just be me making these decisions. South leads us more answers to Azrael. Ari, if you want to stay with us, do you want to go north?
I have to go back to my family. I don't know if that's the road that you guys are taking.
There's just so many ways this is one of the hardest decisions I ever had to make. I know we all have our own goals, but splitting up is never easy.
Well, we have the people there to talk. Can I ask the man? Is there anything notable of difference heading north, other than the Black Lands to the east? Is there anything we should be worried about if we were to head north or south?
Well, they said there was a giant war going.
Is one bigger? Is one a better option than the other if you were to choose a path to head east with?
Oh, I mean, east. If you're going north, your issue would be you'd have to really pass by Rexentrum, which that's no picnic. They've been ever increasingly scared of the foreigners more than ever before, if you get my drift. I kind of looks around. Y'all don't look local.
Dash was a problem for us alone, trying to get in and out and being secret.
You'd at least be passing through the main heart.
I'm not even from this plane of existence, so I don't know what y'all talking about.
Yeah.
Well, I think with that,
So, but you if you went by way of Rexentrum, you could get the shady. You could go by the Quana Breach up the Shady Creek and into the Green Wildlands without passing through the Blacklands. That's definitely the more roundabout way to go. But you also won't have any insects eating you from the inside out, now would you? The other way, if you head west, you might be able to find passage from Ice Haven. Might take you to Pelpeg Village, and from there you could possibly travel to Thorn by heading south.
That's a possibility. Yeah.
Other than that, of course, finding passage from Nicodranus or Port Zune, enough gold or favors.
you don't happen to know any tunnels that happen to pop up once a year around here? Is it about that time again?
You're right. I'd rather not.
I think that's more of a dynasty secret.
Mm.
And so he doesn't necessarily. I would say it's just one of those things that it wouldn't. He kind of looks at you like, no, it's something that's not totally.
That was a joke.
Yeah, and you've heard rumors of there being underground tunnels that connect Jorhas and Empire, but you're just not sure where they would be. None of you had the clearance at the time to really know any of that, other than that you heard rumors of their existence.
Well, guys, south is a possibility. We can always talk. I just thought about this. I don't know if Rose is still in Nicodranus where we left her. It's not even her real name, but like we know her by that. She can pull some strings, get us a boat to the at least to the southern portions of the Joras. We can go that way and just head north. Of course, that's nowhere near Uthadurn for Ari. So
I think the thing is, if we head south, it's just me and you, Talvin. We pick up Lakash, see if he wants to come, and that's it. That means we'd be leaving behind Zook, who's staying no matter what we do. Seems like Leary is going to stay if we head south. But I think south is our best option.
I can't go south with you guys. I completely respect your decision to go south. I have no way hold it against you, but it's just not the path for me.
Yeah, I think you essentially get that if you would stay there, people would attempt to, when they feel like it would be safe. And you get that even the dwarf helping out. He goes, "Hey, but I want to be clear. I mean, you're going into active war zone up north, and I guess east you're going to a different kind of war zone. As far as south, I have no idea what's down there anymore. Hasn't been down there in quite some time."
Talvin, could you reach out? I mean, we could maybe contact my husband. If I told you what he was like.
It's a little. It's iffy. It's possible. I've never met your husband though. I don't know what he looks like. So many things can go wrong. I need to have to know them in order to send them a message like that.
Okay, I thought that might give us some insight into what's going on up north. But.
Yeah, I'll say as you're able to go through maps, there is a passageway east that is a little shorter than other ways, but it is through the Blacklands.
Right.
We just don't have the manpower to push through there.
No,
we just can't do it. There's no option for us out east.
If we go south,
we can't put Zook in trouble again. He's already here.
I mean, there are river passageways through the mountains. That much I know. I just don't know how safe they'd be because of the corruption here. Getting a boat from one of the coastal cities could be a possibility. You'd have to go around some landmarks, find somewhere to land south of Jorhas.
We would need somebody to sail that boat, somebody to work that boat.
You know, like I was saying, Rose can definitely have some connections. I don't know how she got there, but like, they kind of owe us a favor. We got Lucread and Nicodranas.
She paid us for that.
That was also 2 years ago.
That was 2 years
ago.
That
was 2 years ago, too.
But no one probably cares anymore.
Does she owe us enough to rent out a whole boat and crew for a mission that will take us weeks? I don't have that kind of money. And I don't have that kind of experience.
South will give us answers to Azrael. If we head back to the Tabaxi village in that area, there's something there. That's why Azrael was there in the first place. If we go north, we can't pay anybody to bring us all the way around the continent. Up north where Rexentrum is, I don't want to go there personally. I'd be caught dead. Probably.
Yeah, we don't need any more of those.
No. All my eggs are going to the basket for south. We need to make a decision, and I feel like south is my decision.
Would Lokash have arrived by now if you guys sent for him?
Yeah, and I can say at this point, I just want to make sure you got the information you needed. We can say that essentially the quarantine is over. You're able to move freely about just for the ease of this.
Lokash, we want to hear your voice about this. What do you think?
Well, as you said, up north is kind of freaky territory right now. The center is very freaky territory. I haven't been past the Waiting Gorge in a long time, so couldn't really tell you about what's happening down there. But if you say you have contacts in Nicodranus and they're still there, maybe we can get you guys through there. Ross, you're muted.
Sorry, I just thought of something. I'm gonna send a message to Rose because that'll answer that question at least, whether or not the south is a good option. So I'll send a message to Rose with sending.
Oh man! All right.
Yeah, sorry. It's got it. That's the only way I see this.
This is like week 4 we're going back to? Week 3, week 4?
Yeah. Surprise, we're not dead. I know it's been years, but we've popped back up in the world. Are you on the coast? If you are, we need to leave.
If you are, wheat.
I will use some multiple spell slots to keep going. Okay.
I think even the you or we. I think she does respond. Talvin Talvase, the deserter. Well, I guess you must be now if you're alive. I'm in Roshana. Safe from whatever it is your acquaintance let loose there. But shh, I can't say anything anymore about that. You can send another spell if you want. Go for it.
Nope.
Yeah.
I got everything I need from that.
Yep.
Okay.
So what'd she say?
I've been branded a deserter, and she's back in Rosanna. So, I guess we have
So
to
no help on the boat?
No help with the boat.
Well.
So then I think north might be our best option then. Get
North,
up
but
around.
by way of Ice Haven and around the continent.
Yeah.
Well, if we can get through the mountains.
You know that, I mean, even if you were a deserter, there could be hope there.
No,
it's
no
just
doubt.
a rough, you have some stuff that you have to take care of.
One hurdle at a time is what I'm kind of prioritizing here. Yeah.
Well, if we can get through the mountains, I can get us through there. I'm kind of good with mountains.
I don't know how powerful my family is anymore. I don't know what reach they have, but I know that they'll take us in once we get there. And you guys saved my life. They'll protect me with their own.
Keen, I know you have business in Shady Creek. And it's killing 2 birds with 1 stone for you and Ari. I feel like that's something we can accomplish.
I feel like my business in Shady Creek, it might not be something we want to jump onto too quickly.
But
I'm willing to go north.
I brought you out here in the first place, and if I'm just as a way to repay everything that I've put you all through, I can't just bring you all home not learning anything.
Then I say we go north.
I'm down for whatever.
We don't have a ship. We have no one. We have no money. Do you have any other calls you can make?
We have
Buddy.
We have Buddy.
That horse is yours?
We can give him put a cart on. We can definitely put a cart together and just kind of go around. I don't feel like we have nothing to give any crew for a ship. We have no money. We have no resources. This is almost verging on suicidal, but if we keep around Rexentry, it is in the domain of our enemy. But I don't know where else to go now.
I think at some point, as all of you are having this conversation, you are approached by dressed in like It's a human male, darker skin, dressed in somewhat wealthy clothing. You see, looks very merchant class type of thing. All these purples, like kind of classic merchant uniform. Comes up, goes, I hear you maybe were looking for work. You need
Yes.
gold.
Very badly, yes.
Hold on, Talvin.
Do I recognize
What do
this
you have
guy
to
from
offer?
around here?
You do know him. And he kind of nods at you, Lukash. He actually hooked you up a little bit with this gig in general. He's his name. He just goes by the Connector.
That's not shady.
And you know him as someone who he generally hooks people up with different jobs. You've nearly died on some of them. Most of his shadiness usually is to downplay the danger factor of them. But he's there really to connect people with gold. He takes a percentage, and you've survived off taking the work, and everyone kind of understands that because he also goes between Empire and between the Resistance here, Nicodranus, and there's a lot of stuff he's into that everyone kind of tolerates him for that reason. Beginning goes, I mean, there's many things depending on what your interest is. Anyway, the general told me to come here. And I'm here just to hook people up with work that meets their travel goals or whatever else that they may be trying to do.
Got anything going near Shady Creek or Small Persons in Malay Smear? And for nothing there.
Yeah, we're asking a lot. We need resources to get us pretty far north, and you can do that for and that's probably a number of jobs you can give us in order to fund us. But I'm rambling. I'm sorry. It's been
well, I'll tell you what I have. Here, I'll tell you what I have. What I have. There is call up in the Pearl Bow Wilderness for just. He's essentially many forces are still used to patrol the border of the Black Lands. But there are things up there that could take some slaying. And I could, of course, give you the proprietary information should you accept the job, what you might be looking for, who to report to. I also have a somewhat lucrative thing for a security force to try to transport some product from Ice Bank or Ice Haven. And I have a few requests to. This might be more out of your way, but we need to pick up some stuff down south in Port Zune and travel back. Here would be the best spot.
And that delivery job from, where'd you say that was?
Ice Haven.
To where?
It's there and back.
Ice Haven, the job that Ice Haven describes is for you to aid with the delivery that would go to Pale Bank Village.
Oh,
to Pale Bank. And I look at the map. Is Pale Bank Village away from where we're trying to go?
North.
It's high north, and then you'd go down, and then essentially you might be able to find a port that someone might want to steer you past to the Dynasty. And you would know a port city of Dragao in the Dynasty is possibly where you could get something. But you could also travel south to Uthadurn by land from Pale Bank.
That's true.
I say we take the ice.
I think we take the job for the delivery.
Yeah.
Make money as we travel. Move along foot.
Now, how are we getting up there? We got to pay for it. We got to pay out of our own pocket to get up there.
You got 2 feet, right, Lukash? You got 2
We got
weeks.
2 wheat, 4 wings. I got 2 wheat. 4 wings.
Getting to Ice Haven would be your concern, and whatever you would find. He kind of looks through. He goes, "Do you have magical means of communication?"
Yes.
In that case, if you give me, it's a little more difficult to define, but new and valuable information on the state of Deastock. I can arrange for there to be more payment with you once you reach Ice Haven.
We'll take it.
Yeah.
This is very good. He goes, of course, there's many things around from there.
Deastock, what are you specifically looking that we acquire about? Other than it's, the last we heard about it, it wasn't really faring so well a couple years ago.
What did you hear?
We rescued some villagers who were refugees, more like it, and they were held up in the Arathis mines, south of the city. Talks of strange magic. Are you familiar at all with Dunamancy?
Looks around a little bit. I am familiar.
Increasing the powerful energies of that kind of nature. And very unstable. But I'll tell you right now, I am very intrigued as to what you think you could look for in there.
So, we believe things have gotten worse. We occasionally can get a message from a contact there, but let's just say time is a little crazy there. Sometimes they don't remember. Sometimes they think they're sending us the message for the first time, and it's about the 100th message. But we would just like to know more of what's going on. Kind of looks at Lukash a little bit. I'm not going to lie. Lukash knows some things about me anyway. I will say that if you can get information, it'd be highly valuable. And I'll also say that I spy your symbol there. And maybe you'd have better luck than others.
Probably right.
Well, I think that's
Rasgard,
all.
We head north.
Head north.
Ari,
That lucrative job.
coming in.
I have a few questions. Okay, so we're going. So we're going north.
So we're going north to.
We're going north to Ice Haven to facilitate protection for delivery from Ice Haven to Pale Bank. Along the way, if we can find out anything about what's happening in Deastock, we'll get more money. And we've been to Deastock, like not at the current party. Like Lukash and Liari definitely haven't been there with the party. But we remember, as players, kind of fucked up there. So, and it's still fucked up. So they just want to learn more about what's going on.
And then from there, we would.
From there, keep heading north.
We get paid, and we can either acquire transportation. We can either hoof it ourselves from Pale Bank over to the other.
Over to Uthadern, or get a ride from Pale Bank to Jigao.
Yes,
Yeah.
this is us here.
So you're in the forest.
Mm-hmm.
And then this would be
Diastok.
Diastok.
Yep.
And way up here is Ice Haven. And up, way up here is Playa Bank Village. See Earthed in there.
It's right there. Shady Creek is down south.
Yep,
Right.
Shady Creek is
And then-
right
and then-
after the Quantum Breach.
And then here's Jagao, which is a port town.
hmm
So, that would
So
essentially
we
be
have
there.
quite a journey
Yeah.
to get
Well,
all
what
these
would
stops
south?
in.
Okay. And
Sorry,
south. I mean, if we go south, can't you get to the water faster?
Yeah, isn't
We
the
can
get water
jungle really
faster.
close?
South would be down
We
here, Nicodranus. And then you'd
I
have to
mean-
find,
We'd have to
Passage.
find.
Sign and paper
This
passage
way.
to
yeah.
Okay, out of character.
Mhm.
The way north seems really hard and scary and long.
It
Yeah.
does. It
But
does.
more money.
But money. And there wasn't a job south, was there? The job that would take us south.
There was
there's a job that
yeah.
would bring us to Port Zune, then back through.
I see.
From
Yeah,
Port
yeah,
Zune back
yeah.
to Sierra Green.
It's not the best one. It's not to say, I would say that he says he'll give you, he goes, if you'd like, because I owe somebody's son a favor, and he looks at Zook. He goes, I can give you a contact, either in Zunum Nicodranus, you would tell me whom, but if you wanted to find work down there. But I have nothing that I know of.
I mean,
Listen, I don't want to be that guy, but I need to speak with Talvin for a second.
All right.
Talvin,
So,
the
can somebody answer that question for this lovely viewer?
What's
what is
the goal? The goal is to get back to Jorhas and stay alive.
The
Yeah,
goal
we
is
wanna
to.
go
I
east.
want to get everybody's little sides done, and that way they would have basically accomplished something as we've gotten back home to Jorhas. We're not pressed to get home yet. We need money, and yeah, it really is just a preference as to where do you want to go, and
Yeah.
what do you feel like we're better suited for?
Yeah.
I
What
feel like
paths do we want to take?
Yeah, they want to get to the Kryn dynasty ultimately.
pretty much.
and so
So you, Keen, me and
I pull
Tom.
Talvin to the side and I'm like, Talvin, listen, I know everyone here is Rasgard, I understand that, but this decision we're about to make is between me, you, and maybe Lukash. If you want to bring him into this, but really it's between me and you. We have to make
Lokash
it.
is also probably on his third pint right now.
That's great.
Yeah, so he's
Right,
fine.
Then I'm not. Then after
I
that,
should
I'm
tell
not-
everybody watching that our players have kind of discussed that this is how they wanted to do this.
Yeah. We've done this beforehand.
So everyone's going, these two players are just taking over. That's not what's actually happening.
So,
we've had a pre-game
okay.
discussion.
Keen,
We need to
both
just
have-
make it. We
both
head
have-
south back to Nicodranus. We get the job. Whether we return it or not, who cares? We find more money along the way. We'll find something. I have 100 gold on me now. I'm sure we can find port for me, you, and Lukash with that. We figure it out along the way. We'll pick up more people. We always do. We fall and we come back up. It's always the same.
I think I have you to
I
thank
need you to
for
leave.
this. I'm trying. You have no idea how hard it is for me to try and lead after everything we've been through, and even before this is racking my brain. I still don't think I'm ready to lead a group again. There are things that I've never told any of you about, and I'm not good with leading groups. It's led to so many people's downfall. And I can't do this. I can't be the sole.
Then this is the decision. We take the job south. We head from Nicodranus. We find our way up back to Rasana. And we figure it out. Me and you.
Me and you.
Let's go.
Well, not to step on any toes, but for a big part of my life, I was a glorified tour guide. So,
We're gonna
lead
need you to
direction.
come with us.
Yeah.
We don't
Lukash-
need you, Lucas, but I'd like to have you.
Well,
You
Lukash,
kinda
we
need
definitely need you. You know these lands better than we do, and we've only been around so few cities.
I've been all over, so hopefully I know where I'm going. Obviously, shit's changed.
So tell me of this job. To port.
Which job? You've been talking a lot.
The port to south.
Port Zune. Port
Port
Zune
Zune.
job.
Oh, so Port Zune. Yeah, there. I could give you a name. They have a shipment that they want to get back here to me, and I will make it go somewhere else. If you accept that, because as Lukash will tell you a little bit, Once you make a deal with me, I tend to expect it to be done, or me and those I know won't give work any further.
So the logistics of this job: we go to Port Zune, we take whatever
And the package
they-
is returned to you. That's all that's important.
We
Correct?
make it towards back to you, or
Yes, I would need whatever that package is.
of course.
And by the way you said that, sir, it means that maybe you'd want to subcontract, and I'd honestly be okay with that. But you're still responsible. I'm not going to hold them. If something goes wrong, I hold you.
Perfect.
So be careful with who you choose.
Perfect. So it's a deal. And I put my hand out.
Very well. He shakes it handedly. Goes, so you find in the port there is a gentleman by the name of Hans. I can never understand his last name because he has no tongue. So he'll be fairly easy to find. At any rate, you find him. You just ask for Hans, no tongue. They will find him pretty quick for you, I am sure.
Hans, no tongue. Got it.
Yep. If someone says they're Hans and they have a tongue, not the man.
Cut it out. Got it.
Appreciate that. Got it.
They have a tongue. Cut it out. You got it.
All right. Have a good day.
He kind of what? He goes. That's what you're looking for. He goes, no, based on what you're doing, here is 200 gold for now.
I take it.
I don't know how you want to expect
cost.
the payment of 800 more gold would be once I get the item. So you'd have to work it out with your subcontractors how you want that to happen if that's what the route you're going through.
Mm-hmm.
But by all means, go there, make sure whatever is there gets to me.
All right. Thank you.
I look over at the two of them. My hand 66 to Calvin, 66 to Keen. I keep 67 for myself.
And
It rounds out that way.
Pushing guy out the door, trying to get him to go. All right, guy. Appreciate you. And I close the door behind him.
Yeah.
So this is the deal, Tavin. That deal I just made, it came with no time limit. So always remember that. That's why I shook before he could say anything else. The deal comes with no time limit. We get the package, we return it when we can. If he calls us, he calls us. We figure it out as we say we will, right? We figure it out as we go.
We already got the bulk of the payment.
Yeah, that's
200 up front. We'll figure out how we get the package back.
Another 100 once you get it back to you. You guys got that big bag, right?
Yeah, I feel like.
Good.
Yeah, Keen's got that.
So anything could happen between here and there. As long as we get this package back to this man, he'll drop us another 800. As long as we don't lose the package, we can always say it's in delivery.
Yep.
Fair enough.
Sounds like a plan. So how are we getting there?
Well, I'm hoping you lead us through the mountains.
I was hoping you would fly so I could ride your back.
Thanks, man.
Nah.
No,
You overestimate.
Am I too big?
You
Okay.
overestimate my power.
So we would do it on foot because unless Lokash, you know how to get there on horseback.
Well, if you guys are taking a horse, then you take the horse. I can't do anything about that.
I mean, I
I can get us to the mountains, but
Can you get us
Horse.
another 2 horses?
I can get us a cart. I'm pretty good at driving carts.
Yeah, I like to think I got some pull over here. Helped a lot of these people out of a big pinch many times.
All right.
Whichever is cheaper. 2 more horses or a cart. Let's get it done.
Cool. So let's take a slight pause here because I believe we're going to want to figure out how to introduce the other characters. And let's just have that brief conversation. Because I know we're retiring too, I believe.
Yes, very sad. Honestly, guys, I love these characters.
Zook, you will be missed.
Zook and Liari are going to
Oh,
stay in Cyan Green.
Along with Belric, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Belric.
Belric
By the way,
is, yes.
probably at this time, Zook's probably signing the adoption papers to adopt Belric.
I am trying to hook my great granddaughter up with Zook's son over there.
There you go. There you go.
Our
Or
house.
Plant
Duke,
the
I'm
seed.
young again, Ari. I'm only 2 months old. He's done. I'm ready for it. I'm single and ready to mingle.
Read, Belric, dude, read the paper real quick.
Wife, what wife?
Read that paper, buddy. Hey, Dad, read that paper.
Oh no, he started calling him dad.
So
That can only go bad.
Call him Dad.
Yeah, Zook dies suddenly. All right, there. He's
So Kellen, well, I said Kellen and B here. Where do you feel like your characters would be that you wanted to bring in here? Do you want them further south? Do you want them here in Cyan Green?
I mean,
B, me, you've been chit chatting. That would be further
Yeah.
south for sure, right?
yeah, I think so. I think even if I don't know if we want to wait till the port. I don't know how long it's going to take for them to get there, but I mean, they would definitely be hanging out there
Yeah, they'd definitely be at the port.
if that works with you, Matt. I don't know. They would probably be making their way towards them, towards where you guys are at now.
So, like, meet in the middle.
Yeah,
So you guys are turning right back around the corner.
yeah, essentially.
Yeah. I think for gameplay, let's figure out how we can actually have them maybe.
Me in the middle?
Well, possibly because by the time you get all the way south to the forest, you're almost at the gorge anyway.
Oh.
So really, you could be at the border of the forest. Why were you guys coming up to the forest?
To find Talvin and Keen and
Yeah.
Find Talvin and Kane.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, she's hunting these people down.
in a good way, not in like a I
Yeah.
want to murder
I
you.
think. I mean, they've been here a while, and you've been traveling north. I don't see any
Okay.
reason why you wouldn't find them right here where they are.
All right, done.
Do you see any
Yeah.
reason?
No, that's
You've got
fine.
the lead on this one. I'm with you.
So I'd say Liari. Sorry, I don't even know what your character. I have to look up your character
Oh,
name.
that's okay. I'll change it.
Yeah, but I think the two of you have come on. You didn't go through the Black Land, so you are not in need of the quarantine. You knew you were coming in here. You knew the kind of the way this part of the forest works, this kind of resistance. So you made your welcome, and I think we'll say this: all of you are kind of anticipating your goodbye, making plans, drinking some ale down on the floor of the forest.
Belric's been kind of like hugging Talvin for the last like 5 minutes, like,
Yeah.
I reciprocate.
And I think Baka and Rue, you come upon some of the ones you've been hunting for. I think they catch sight of you because you look out of place here. And describe your characters. What do we see?
You go first.
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
All right. Standing tall with head held up high, we see a purple Aarakocra. So looks almost like a parrot. But big, and honestly, guy's got guns. Big old muscly Aarakocra. He's got some leather armor on, carries a mace at the side, and just preens and kind of sings as he walks. Whistle sings. because I'm not actually ever going to sing in game. I found a way to play a bard without having to do any bard stuff.
Yay!
Wow.
Joy.
Wow.
2 campaigns now I've had an Aarakocra. This is great.
Yeah.
But kind of a step ahead of Rue, kind of keeps his eyes open, making sure that everyone notices him because, he's a big deal.
I love it. I love it.
And just
Love him
behind
already.
him, there's me. I am a black-haired tabaxi. I am also fairly tall, pretty slender. I also have the leather armor on. It probably looks a little dirty, a little beat up. We've been traveling in the woods. And I got, a slit across my eye, but I'm also doing just like a little ready to go. Like we're feeling good.
Just
Keeping my eye on Baka.
Everyone has their eyes on Baka.
I mean, yeah, with that entrance, I'm like, oh my god, the party's here.
That's
and
way too.
I'm like burying myself in my tankard, just like I don't want any part of that though.
I'm not nearly drunk enough. I put my tankard down, pick up my second water skin, the one that's filled with basically Everclear, and just start downing that.
God, ew, no. This is just ale. This is just cider or some shit. I don't know.
So they see you, you see them. What are you doing there, Rue?
Yeah. I go, Baka. That's them right there.
That's them?
That's them.
Oh, this is finally.
Finally.
I've been walking, Rue. I've been walking for a
I got
day.
my back
Arrows
to him.
ready.
What's going on?
Get the flame arrows ready. I
I
don't know
don't
what's
think you
happening.
understand.
And I put the crossbow in between my legs, and I.
My hand is already on an arrow.
Oh, hey. We're good. We're friends. I promise.
You guys know them? And am I hallucinating?
I'm not even looking at him. My back's still to him.
You probably
You're
don't
okay.
recognize me, but I recognize you guys. You were in my village like 2-3 years ago.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait. Are you one of those kids with the mom?
I mean,
Doesn't every kid have a mom?
Specifically, okay. Talvin remembers, but Ross doesn't. Okay, because we met up with we went to the Tabaxi village. There was a mother in like that
We
that
really
was
want
just
to know if
crying
you're
over the
Keen's kid.
oh, I don't think so.
No,
Keen.
not biological, but the one you made friends with.
I got a mom and a dad. They don't look like that.
Chevrolet.
Yeah, Kavari, I think his name.
Yeah.
Huh.
My name's Rue, though, and I have been hunting you guys down because you just inspired me so much, And I want to like join you guys. And I got Baka here. He's tough as shit. He's tough as nails, and we can help you out.
I lean into Keen and tell him, you guys see the purple bird?
No, he's
person
purple.
too,
He's really
right?
weird. I get it.
Okay, you guys see him too?
And
I'm
what
not
what
Weird.
were you trying to help us out with?
Yeah. What do they call you again?
Saving the day. That's what you guys do, right? You guys saved our village. You saved our day.
I wasn't there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know who you are.
Actually,
You look pretty
How
cool.
are you guys doing, by the way? I mean, like, I didn't.
Is
think
Rue
we
missing an
could
eyeball?
actually-
No, I'm not missing. Well, no, I'm not missing my whole eye. I just have
Okay.
a scar.
So wait, how's the village doing? I didn't think what we did actually worked. Like, is it okay?
Yeah.
Is everything okay? You guys moved back in?
Yeah, it's popping. It's just
That's
doing
the
it.
point, Rue. If you're from that village, you definitely are missing an eye.
I am missing an eye.
Just for story continuity.
Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
the kids were doing some weird
Yeah.
shit in that village.
Uh, but yeah,
Huh.
we're here to help. Where
And
are you guys going? What's the move? We're ready. We're pumped.
Great.
Hold on,
Turn
hold
around.
on,
We're going
hold
to
on.
Port Zune.
Wait. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. I gotta let my eyes adjust to Big Purple Boy, so please step a little bit that way. You're giving me a big headache. I look at Rue. I can already understand Big Bird. what he does. What are your skills? What will make you an asset to us?
I'm fast as fuck, boy. I'm so fast and sneaky. You need me to go steal something? I can do it. I can do it for you, okay?
Yeah, I've seen her steal all sorts of shit. You have no idea. My girl here. You're not worth. You know what, Rue? Let's leave. These people aren't good enough for us.
Your voice is as loud as
Hold
you
on,
are.
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on.
I've been looking for
Listen,
these guys for 2
It's
years.
crazy
Vodka.
because we actually have an opening for a thief
That's true.
in the
Our last
Rasgard
team
at the
did.
moment.
Well, you
Yes.
guys really
So-
haven't seen everything I can do.
Can you pick a lock?
Yep.
Okay. I walk into the room and I lock the door. Pick the lock.
Well, we know Lakash can. I stop Lakash. Rue, show us. Show us what you can do, all right?
Okay, yeah, I go. I unlock it.
Rue, I'm gonna give you not inspiration. Bardic inspiration on this.
You have
What
10
do you
seconds.
say?
What do I say? I just start whistling.
Starting now.
What do I say? Rue. I'm the hype man. I'm the hype man. Rue, you do this
God.
shit. You show what you got, girl. You have no idea.
Baka's just a cheerleader.
She's a big fucking deal, Rue. Big deal.
Roo, row lockpicking.
Okay,
Oh my god.
so it's my dex plus proficiency. Well, it's
Yes.
actually expertise. So
Yeah.
Oh my god. So it should be really good then.
yeah. So if I just roll like acrobatics, which I also have expertise in, that would do it, right?
Yeah, sure.
I'll just do sleight of hand. Actually, it's the same.
And then add your D8.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's an 18 plus a D8.
Wow.
18 is actually what I rolled.
Oh,
to take
it's a
lock. I
1,
was
so it's a
like,
19.
19. So by 5 seconds, you both go to lock and she beats you out. I think from Lokash. Ting ting and
No, Talvin told me to stay back. I'm
Oh,
just
yeah.
saying I also rolled an 18.
Okay. So I'd say she does it faster than you thought you could. You're impressed by this little cat.
Okay. All right.
Hell yeah, Rue. Hell yeah.
See, we're
Yeah,
we're
I'm
good.
just- as I
We're
walk
good
out, I'm just
past this
like,
thing, okay?
God, I would have did it faster.
I saw Kaha in action. She's pretty badass. I'll admit that. I'll admit that for sure.
Bird person. Sorry.
Yeah, you're good.
His name's
sure.
Baka.
Elf
Baka?
person.
Baka?
Yeah. Well,
Am
I
I
mean,
saying that right?
Yeah.
Baka.
Okay. And what do you bring to the table? Other than being the MC. to
It's the
this
loudest everything I've ever seen.
Let's just say I'm the motherfucking table itself, man. Okay, you have no
Okay.
idea.
What is that?
Well,
what is
the
that?
ego has to stop right here.
What does that entail exactly, Baka? What does
What
the
do you
table
mean?
mean?
What do you need? I can do it all. I'm perfect. I'm basically this guy, but not ugly.
I could kill you in 10 seconds. You might want to tone it down.
And I could kill myself in 9.
You're in for that alone. I give him a tankard and I cheers. I just cheers.
And
You
I've
know
had
what?
Rasgard
You
material.
know what?
Here you go, Rue.
Respect.
Welcome to the Rasgard.
Yeah, last I saw you, you guys had like a bunch of different people with you. Where'd they all go? I mean, I heard about Az, right?
Yeah.
He's too good for you guys.
Yeah, that's really that's another story. We don't want to get into that right now.
It's a touchy subject.
No, or the Dragonborn that you saw us with, Razga.
That's where you got the name.
Yeah, that's also how we got the
I
name.
thought you guys just had someone.
We had to leave him behind on something.
Rasgard.
It happened pretty quickly, but he saved us from being stuck in this
Pretty
House
much a
of
demon
Horrors.
house.
pretty much
Yeah.
demon house.
Yeah, he was a good guy. He was really cool.
He was a good guy.
Yeah.
And I take a big chug from my man's and I pour a little bit out.
Yeah, I do the whole thing. I'd get whatever liquor's there. I tap it on the table and I just shotgun it. But no, you guys seem. I mean, you guys did a couple cool tricks, which is awesome and all. I'll give you that. But
Do I see how fast I can run? I can run so fast.
Shit,
I
she
mean,
runs so fast.
I can believe you. I'll believe you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We have a reputation of going fast and hard, and not a lot of people survive. So
Kind of fucking up.
yeah.
I read up on you guys.
So if that doesn't dissuade you, then you're in.
No,
And
I've been
we're not.
looking
We
for
can't.
you.
Yeah.
I've been looking for you since you came to my village, and I was like, oh man, that's what I want to be when I grow up, you know? So I went looking for you
Weird.
guys. And
We're role models, Keen. How are we role models, man? We're the worst people to be role models for.
no, you
Keen's
guys
just like
saved my
shaking his head.
village. You saved my people.
I mean,
was
yeah,
just
you guys are probably the
something we
last
did.
really good thing we did. Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
then
not the
I'm
last.
here to get you back on track. Me and Baka, we got you. We'll
Yeah.
get you back on track.
Yeah.
Saving people
Left and right,
left and right,
up and down.
up and down.
Yeah. Wow. You guys
Okay,
are a package.
well,
you guys are a
we're-
package. Wow.
We're gonna be heading to Port Zune, I imagine, in the morning. So enjoy the night. Let's get to know each other.
Yeah.
Let's get to know each other more.
Yeah.
while
Whatever
we're
questions
walking.
if you have any more questions about us, feel free to ask.
Yeah, I got one. Talvin, on you have a holy symbol, right?
I got around my neck here.
Around your neck. So it's like a necklace?
It's a necklace. Yes.
Is it of the dodecahedron or whatever?
Dodecahedron, yeah.
So Baka just leans in and reaches out a finger to touch your focus.
Watch that. That's an heirloom. That's sacred stuff.
Yeah, but what is it?
I just rest my hand on one of my short swords.
Oh, okay. Wow, I never have a chance to really explain the faith. That's really cool. So, there is this deity that I worship that gives me my abilities, the Luxon. And it is the herald to my people. It rose the drow from being from the underground and gave us freedom. It also is the embodiment of reincarnation in my culture. It is the I don't know. It expands a different spells and other magics and stuff. It is esoteric. It is awesome because makes me do so many things. But
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
what a lot of those words mean, but it sounds important.
Rue's
Very
sitting there.
important to me.
She's pulled out a notebook from her waistband and she's writing all of it down.
yeah,
Yes.
I'll look over.
I don't understand most of it because I'm still kind of new to it. But yeah, it's something that's been helping me, and I hope I'm doing well enough to do right by it. Yeah.
Hey,
Why?
wow.
What? So it's just a necklace, though. So I don't know.
I don't know. It just looks familiar, but I haven't seen it.
I'm putting
before.
it like under my shirt just because like no one really pays attention to
No,
that.
no, no.
stuff.
And I reach over and I try to pull it out of your shirt. No, I like it. It looks pretty
Wow, you're touchy. You're really touchy.
and soft.
Oh yeah. Mm-mm. Okay. Time out on that first
Okay.
of all.
No, you're good. No, I understand.
I'll look over at Rue. You're a kid.
I mean, some would call me an adult now.
How old are you?
I'm 19.
Oh shit! You don't have to answer
That's
that.
an
Rue.
adult. That's an adult.
Yeah, see,
Yeah, I guess.
I've changed the beer before. I know what I'm doing.
I pull up both my water skins. Pick one.
The left one.
I unsnap the one I have left,
Gave him the right
Second.
and I gesture,
Okay. I just mirror you. I don't know what I'm doing.
and then drink.
Chug,
Okay, I
chug,
drink
chug,
it.
chug, chug.
You have the one that's straight water.
Oh, hell yeah.
If you're old enough to die, you're old enough to get drunk.
Honestly,
All right.
you know, the things we were doing at 19. Wow.
Oh yeah. I just fucked up shit at 19. All right,
Well, thank you for the water, man. But like,
I'm gonna need that back. By the way, here, try this.
okay.
There you go. That's the sauce.
It's the heaviest shit you've ever drank.
I'm like coughing. I'm like, oh man, that was really good. Yeah, just give it back to you.
Yes, you did a great
Get it
job,
back.
Rue.
Like this hot cocoa. You're muted.
Sorry. Well,
Sorry.
get some rest, guys, because tomorrow we start working our way back to Port Zune.
do you guys want to have like a campfire together? Like we can tell stories and like
Yeah,
get to
oh
know
yeah,
each other.
I have all sorts.
You have by all means, let the night is young.
I'll be up in a tree, and I take off and get into a tree. I'm taking watch.
Wait, so if you're a bird person, can you do that too?
Shit, yeah, and faster. Yeah, yeah.
All
An
right.
arrow just like sinks into the ground between your toes. Try me.
I mean, I don't want to show off. That's just not who I am. I'm humble.
Yeah, I'm sure that is. I'm sure that
Yeah.
is.
No, I'm humble.
Right. All right. So we're gonna
So,
start
yeah.
camping.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting up in a tree.
Yeah.
I'm laid up in my little bedroll, just listening to stories, whatever
Yeah.
Bruce telling us.
And we tell a story, and it's amazing, and it's about.
We don't have time to
Tell
put
a
it out.
story.
Listen, you want to hear the story?
exposition.
I won't go into the detail because we want to do more than that. But the story is about this boy, and he keeps crying hawk, but there's no hawk, right? He keeps crying hawk, there's no hawk, and then finally there's a hawk, and he cries hawk, and no one cares. Boy gets snatched up and killed.
What happened to the? Oh, that's what happened to the kid.
Wow, I've never heard that story before.
Yeah.
Actually,
It's called.
we have a
Where-
different story like that.
Where did that
except
take
it's-
place? I think that happened to a kid I grew up with.
Yeah, we have some like that in Jorhas, but it wasn't a hawk. It was a rock.
Oh,
No,
Yeah.
that's what it was.
Yeah. Wow, yeah. Weird story.
I'll make sure I have more stories for next time when I knew I was going to play bard.
No
Oh
problem.
my goodness gracious.
Keen fell asleep 3/4 of the way, so he didn't even hear.
So you get your night's rest after an awesome time of stories and meeting a mini fan club. And excuse me.
Your dreams are gonna be dashed so fast, kid.
Yeah.
And you begin to exit the forest. And I think the last thing that I think there, I guess, does everyone say goodbye to Liaria and Zook?
I think I just remind Zook about that that piece of parchment that I have written down, and just again, if you feel like you're forgetting something important, just read that, and hopefully it jogs your memory and gives you something back in return. Because
Yeah,
thank you.
and I take off the amulet from the teacher, and I pass it over to Talvin, and say, "I won't need this here, and I hope you never need it again."
Me neither. I pocket it in the backpack. I just extend my hand out for one last handshake.
Absolutely. And I shake his hand.
Is Zook's son here too?
Yeah.
Yeah. Looking over, just giving like that, like tough guy soldier salute. Like I'm not gonna miss him. One of the best friends I had.
Yeah.
Best
I
drinking
think
buddy.
Keen's gonna put his hand out to give Zook a shake and just pull him in for a hug and just say he appreciates everything he did. You really made a difference in your small time with the Rasgard. You alone saved those people in that mine. Always remember that.
Yeah. All but
You
7.
Zook can lead people. You're a leader,
Keen,
and the world needs more people like that. I know you'll do great things here.
I promised you Omni, and I can't fix him for good. But I produce Omni, who will go away as soon as you guys are a far distance from me. But for now, Omni works just the same way that Gadget did when Gadget was little, just for a smidge of time. And then the infusion, I imagine, would fade on your journey.
And Ari, you haven't been with us for very long, but I trust that you can keep Zook in check while he stays with you.
Definitely. Zook and I, we're buddies. We got this.
So, other than that, hope you and your family are doing well here. And if I find anything on Uthadern and Malaismere, I'll send it your way.
You always have the blessing of my family, Calvin, King, Belric, but he's sticking with us. But you guys, you always got us in your back pocket.
Yeah, I didn't know you Zook for longer than like a day, but you're on par with some of the best people. And judging by stories I heard about the really stupid shit you guys have done, you're definitely the best of all of us.
Thanks, look.
And give him like that holy medieval friendship grip, like that. Except my arm probably reaches into his armpit. His arm probably reaches like just so he can reach into the elbow.
I mean, dwarves are kind of proportionate, so it's fine.
Like
I go up for a high five. So
I just hold the finger.
Nice.
I do have an important question for Zook. How does Zook feel about continuing his artifice? Where's his passion going to be to continue it where he is, or?
Yeah, Zook is deeply interested in exploring and building his skill. He recognizes that he is a failure. He feels unable to accurately move forward, if that makes any sense. He can't go in an adventure. He just doesn't have the skill set. That's the lesson of Victal. His infusions that he has as an artificer, I imagine he would have to keep them in order to defend the home that he's at. He does feel like he's got promises that he's made. There's this roper whip he never got to. There's this unicorn horn that he never used or snorted. And he wants to continue to craft and create, but he recognizes he needs more tutelage under hopefully Bingles. But in the meantime, here to protect his home.
Okay. Then I think as everybody walks away out of the safety of the cyan green forest, and Zook kind of returns, and large sized squirrel mechanical Gidget is straying away unseen from all the party members and everybody else. We see just in the side of Gidget that there is this key. It's a little jewel that just keeps turning, almost suspended within Gidget itself, waiting to be found. And with that, we'll continue with the new party.
Thanks for giving him something to do.
Yeah.
If Zook ends up being a big bad evil guy like the other two guys,
No.
I'm coming for you, Matt.
I was not expecting my past PC to become
Not like this. Not like
that.
this.
All right. So what route are we taking?
It
Like
was
in Goodness
either-
the mountains.
Do we want to head directly through the mountains to Zune, or do we want to go go down south and go through the gates?
If you're passing through forests, I can help you with that. If you're passing through mountains, I can help you with that too.
Yes, for where you are, if you wanted to, you could try to make your way through the Sirius Mountains. That would be definitely rough going, but you could definitely try to do that, or you could try to go through the main Wyun gates.
Up to you guys.
I mean, that would
I
lead
don't
us, lead us back to Nicodranus. It'd be heading back home for Rue. You feel like you want to tell everybody that you found who you were looking for.
Yeah, we could stop at the village. I'd love to see you guys.
Yeah.
Do they still live on the water?
Yep.
Nope, never moved back, huh?
Matt, do they still live just as we left?
They're
them?
your people now. You tell me.
Yeah, they still live on the water. They really made that place their home.
Wow, I really
Yeah.
thought you guys would go back.
I think they've expanded, and now there's a little tabaxi or larger tabaxi city that floats in the midst of the Costa Lake. Probably that Rue knows very well then.
Then yeah,
Solid.
we're gonna head
Yeah.
over down that way then.
All right.
Back on the
So-
journey. This feels weird. We went through portals and other worldly places, and we just haven't been on a nice road trip in so long, guys.
It's so nice.
I mean, we got attacked by a displacer beast, but that's besides the point. Last time,
All right. So you're going by way of the Wyun Gorge.
yes.
yes.
Okay. Perfect.
I need to get my spells done. I haven't done that yet.
So we'll say that kind of during the time you did most of your travel to the edge of the Sanggreen Forest, that took a few days, but that's kind of been in the story realm because that's still protected by the Resistance. And you began to get to the road here, and it's a little stark because from as you're moving, you see where there's like patches of the black and dark grass that are here and there, and some of the rock seems to be infected, and you see like sigils drawn around. The other curious sight you see are around some of these patches. Every once in a while, you see like armed mercenaries protecting different people in robes, different creatures wearing robes, kind of inscribing sigils, trying to take care of pockets that seem to kind of escape from the main mass.
Can I acid chain as to like where they're from a specific? Are they religious in nature, or are they like from another organization that I might have heard about?
Give me an insight check.
What's that? What's the modifier? Insight. That's 11.
11. I think with an 11, you see that all their casting is done with one hand. And it strikes you that it's the same hand that Azrael's medal was on.
I realize that, and I look away immediately and try not to like draw any more attention that I probably have. And I'm probably in like my hat of disguise right now is like just a random, like an elf, lighter shade of coloring, just regular clothes, like a traveler.
Yeah. I would say that the mercenaries around them, who you assume to be mercenaries, particularly a Goliath, looks you all, doesn't talk, but just is eyeing, making sure that you don't get close to what's happening. Doesn't engage at all, but just is clocking you. Especially, I would say he catches your eye glance, but you don't think he makes much more of it than curiosity, but he doesn't want it. So he's just making sure you don't do anything. Not overly aggressive.
I just give a nod to them.
You know them? We just
In the
being
trade.
nerds.
They're in the trade.
Yeah, I think there's some recognition there. There's enough to that they you recognize with their jobs. They recognize yours, and still don't necessarily trust anybody, but they're letting it move.
Are we gonna have to worry about
through.
them, Lukash?
Hmm?
Are we gonna have to worry about them following us?
Don't mind them, they won't mind you.
Done.
I'd say, and you finally come as you're coming through the gorge itself. There are tons of soldiers that seem to just be on patrol. It's a mixture between Righteous Brand that you've met before in their colors, as well as the brighter colors, deep purples, fine outfits of the Celezo of the Clovis Concord. They just seem to be on high alert at this border to make sure that nothing that isn't supposed to get through gets through. but they don't really pay you any mind. And you see that there's, as you start to approach this massive gate that spans the gorge itself, you see that there are about 5 lines of people trying to make it through the different gates. And the lines are each like half a mile long. People just wanting to get out. You also see like there's almost tent cities built up around. Some people are leaving. Getting pressed in the entry here is somewhat restricted. But what do you want to do?
Shit. We didn't even think about this, did we?
Passing through.
Yeah. They're just going to let regular people like us pass through. And I say regular people in quotations because we're not regular people.
Maybe don't put the quotations around that.
Why wouldn't they?
I mean,
Yeah.
what are
Why
they
wouldn't
looking
they?
for other than people that aren't infected with this contagion?
I mean, I'm just going home, right? We can just.
Yeah,
Right.
we're
Okay. So you
escorting.
say that you were sent to come find us, and that you're coming back home.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's not a
I mean,
lie.
you came
Escort.
this way before, right?
Political nationalist.
Okay. So yeah, no problems coming in, right?
We should have no
Oh.
problems going in. There's
You
no way they
guys did-
remember my face or your face from, well, my face, because your face is not even the same.
That's true.
And
So there's no way.
you got. I
Yes.
point to Big Bird and the cat. Like, you guys didn't come in this way, did you? Did Baka and Rue come in through the gorge, or did he go another way?
I think we came this way, right, Matt?
Mhm. You probably would have come to the gate.
All right, yeah. So they probably saw you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
All
mean,
right.
Let's go.
All right,
we're
sure.
super friendly. We're good.
Yeah, we'll wait the line.
I'll get you in. Don't worry.
Yeah. This small gnomish gentleman who's wearing like this interesting suspenders that seem to be purple and black, has this nice tweed vest over and carrying a clipboard, seems to have been checking some people, sees all of you, and it's just like kind of just thin brimmed glasses, and it's like, right, everyone, what in what ways do you wish passage to the Menagerie Coast and into the realm of the Clovis Concord? What is your reason?
We're the War Pigs. We're just looking for work. Mercenary gang.
Pigs.
Did he just say we're the war gangs, Alvin? I'm whispering.
The
to
War
Alvin.
Pigs.
War pigs. It's like a Sabbath thing, or I don't know what it is.
I see. So you'd be a sword for Ohio group, yes?
Yeah.
Yes. Just a moment. You see, he kind of fiddles with something. He takes a little gem out, puts it in. You see the pages turn. They're kind of this pinkish color. They turn to like a dark red. He starts turning. It's like, yes. And who is it that I am speaking to?
Name's Lokash.
Checks out. Description matches. And
Bunch of new
kind
guys.
of inspects your wings. He
I
goes.
extend them out.
He takes a stick. He says, "May I please verify that your wings are in fact material and not ephemeral?"
Yes, go ahead.
Hits them. Right. Let's see here. And oh, you've picked up 2 of our residents here.
Yeah,
I
new
see.
hires.
Very good. We have you. And what is the job that you are coming in here to do?
We got hired to pick up a shipment from Port soon. We're just heading right back out.
And the nature of the shipment is?
I'll look over at the Illusion Talvin. I think the bookkeeper has that.
Our client wouldn't give us that information until we've gotten it at Port Zune. It's very classified. We were not allowed to know either until upon arrival.
An unknown package with dubious legality.
Whoa. I mean, we don't know that it's illegal. We just know it's.
No,
I
wouldn't have
never
taken it.
said it was illegal, sir.
Oh,
it is
well,
not
yeah.
good.
You said
to
dubious. You said dubious.
Correct.
I mean-
do you know that it's not?
Do you know that it is?
Exactly, dubious.
Okay. All right. I'll concede the point.
And goes, very good. Let's see here. So, you are part of the guild. So, yeah, for any possible legal functions, including having to arrest you upon finding it may be illegal, we require 75 gold.
You're asking us to ensure ourselves that will be arrested.
Yes, to pay up front, since you are not sure of the legality of the item, I need to be sure that we can cover the cost should it prove to be illegal.
75 for the whole group.
Yes, for your party.
I'll toss in 25.
I will do the same.
Same thing.
Right. Hands you the stack of documents. It goes, right, that is your insurance. You can put that there. There's your
Hand it to the
paperwork.
bookkeeper.
Please continue to go forward. Present at the gate. He doesn't take your names because he simply writes down the war pigs, and he's fine with that. That's great. Very well, and kind of continues the process.
And we're off.
And I think, as you see, there's actually a very detailed description of Lukash. And as some of you see too, he's written very quickly, extremely detailed descriptions of all of you.
I remember this face then. Okay.
But you're able, you get up there, your paperwork is inspected. It goes, right. I see he thought you were a bunch of liars, so you paid the fee. Very good. Right, last thing, and you see that they hold up the person is in. A woman comes out in these deep red robes, and tattooed on her forehead are two black horns. And she comes out with what appears to be this contraption that has looks like a magnifying glass, but it has 7 lenses. And she holds it up to the sun, and it kind of forms this really tight beam that has a greenish hue to it, and kind of lets it go over each of you as she starts to look through it as well. She goes,
Is there something you're looking for?
She goes, by the declare of Azrael, we declare them clean of infection. And goes, right. And I go, you are free to enter into the domain of the Clovis Concord. Please do not break any laws.
Your best.
Yep.
What he said.
Keep walking.
Proceed through the gates.
Are we walking or are we on horseback?
I probably took Buddy.
I wonder
Got
why. God, I thought she was
And I would say,
looking for
actually,
something
I'd
else.
say anyone who wants to can make a perception check.
Guidance.
Mm-mm-mm.
Wow. Natural 1 again.
Section
I got a 9.
16.
An 18.
I have disadvantage
18.
next time I do anything.
Okay. Yeah, you're going to proceed through the winding gates, and everyone moves quickly here, kind of after getting out of this, and it's very clogged. Like, it's just thick. I think for you see something that's just unusual. There is kind of a large amount of people all heading down this road. Some look starved, some look badly injured, malnutrition. Kind of trying to find better places here. and you think that there's still a large number that have been let through, but many have been turned away. There's still just a load of people. The smell of just human body odor and feces. People just going in their pants because they don't want to lose their place with their families and in line. It's just this nasty scene. And you start to pass by up on the top of the gorge. You start seeing the start of the Koroska jungle. In Keen,
I remember this place.
yeah, something that just hadn't really hit your memory before now. And the jungle isn't different, but the first time you see the odd coloring of it. And you hadn't been to much jungle. You grew up in Jorhas and the Blasted Lands.
Mm-mm.
And it's not that you have a jungle to compare it to, but you've seen the exact shade before of this, wielded by Azrael when he put the soul back in Lenthor's body.
Is this looking like the field we chopped down out in the wild?
No, it's more of like a rich green and dark, and again, the black in the way of where the shade falls. It's interesting. It's not like the leaves are colored strange, as though the shade of green is precise, and the way that the shade happens, you realize that it's perfect in that shade of black.
How are they letting this go? This is the shade of black like in back in Justinwald, right?
It doesn't look like the land, no.
Okay.
Just looks.
So to be clear, is the green matches the green of Azrael's energy that you saw, and the black matches the black. There's always a green and black energy that came from. So what we see is the trees look entirely green, and then the way that the shade falls and the shadows fall match the black.
Hmm.
Keen, what do you make
So
of
do-
those?
I don't think we walked through it.
You might
Yeah,
have to.
you can avoid it by the road. It's off to your side.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
just more spread. It seems to be everywhere now.
Yeah. And again, it
Okay.
doesn't seem like the spread. I think that's what
That's what Talvin was asking.
it's clear. It looks exactly how you remember it. You just never really realized a connection before. In fact, you see like the ones who are trying to control the growth. You see, there's around the forest. There's no hints of corruption.
Well, that's crazy.
There's something about this place that makes it special. Azrael was here for a reason before he met up with us. Did he ever
He
say where
mentioned-
it was? Is it nearby here?
I'm not sure. Mentioned the mind, I think. Mentioned.
I mean, the Tabaxi
Was it-
villagers found Azrael, so maybe they have a better idea. I remember
Yeah,
where-
we found him, and he said that he'd been in the jungle. He wasn't sure where though. It's like he couldn't remember exactly where he was. But he was pretty beat up when we found him.
I kind of want to explore that a little bit more, but unless we want to stick to the plan of getting to Port Zune first.
Do we have time to stop in Karaska Jungle, or do we stick to Fort Zune? I'm like, I think we just continue on. If we check into this jungle, who knows how long we'll be caught up there.
Yeah, the last time we went.
I don't want to make it to Jorhas in another year.
Good point. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Don't listen to me.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
But
So let's continue
I would
pushing.
like answers though. That's the thing.
We'll
We're not
stop
we're not gonna go to the jungle. That's like where everything started. Aren't you guys curious? Maybe there's like blessings in there.
Is there a way to stop to the Tabaxi village if I cut through this jungle?
So, you don't really need to get to the Tabaxi village.
We
So
just
if you
gotta get
continue
down.
to head down the road south, you can actually just kind of stay on the border of the jungle and then get down to the Acosta Lake.
Yeah, let's just do that then. Let's at least settle at the village.
Let's go settle in at the village for the night. Think about it. If we fail in the morning to take some more time, we'll check out the jungle.
Yeah.
Spend a day.
Ask around.
For sure.
One day is one day, right? It won't
Yeah.
turn into 2 years.
Ooh, weird 2 years it's been. Yeah, let's go.
All right. So you continue down the road of the Wayun Gorge. And this is really several days travel here. And so in what way, like Talvin, are you in what look do you have on most of the time?
On my face, I think it's just a lot of it's more introspective look. Like I'm just thinking more to myself. Like I'm second guessing things. I'm just trying to stick to being on the job. We need to get to the port soon. Get what we came for. Get paid. Get home.
Mm-hmm.
There's just all the but there's like intrusive thoughts of like Azrael was here. Why was Azrael here? There's something over there we can use. Can I use it? Stuff like that.
And then do you look like Drow right now, or?
Oh, I look. If we haven't seen anybody, I've been back to Drow.
Yeah, so you're in so to be clear, you're in this big line of people, there's tons of people traveling this road
I'm
right
still
now.
the elf that I passed through with.
Yeah. Right now I'm just like I'm thinking Talvin's looking like in my own mind, he's looking like Talvin, just like not Drow. Like same structure and all that, just not purple skin.
Perfect.
Yeah, we just keep on going, right?
Yeah. We keep heading through. Take the road to get to the Tabaxi.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you continue through, and there's times when everyone stops and rests, and kind of like it goes down. It's interesting. It's almost like everyone travels in one big pack for safety, for the heck of it. And there's just this sense. I guess it's just a sense of like sorrow that goes through. Very different because you're used to it being a happier place, even here. And Keen, you feel this tug right where your money pouch is.
And I reach for my money pouch. What?
Okay, you reach for your money pouch, so you see that you end up taking it from these two small hands, and this individual immediately starts to run away.
Oh my god, hang on. Yep, never mind.
This individual starts to run away. Yeah, I chase his ass down.
Did they get
Does he
the
look
Did
a
money?
lot
they take the
faster
money
than me?
pouch?
They
Yeah,
don't
did
have
he
the
pick-
money. They let go of it
Oh.
as soon as you pulled on it.
What does he look like? What do I see from the back? As he's
They
running?
have they have this big burlap cloak, and it like just kind of a lot of clothing that matches everybody else. So if you're not gonna give chase now, you think you're gonna
No.
lose them.
I just say, yeah. He probably needed it more than I did, and he didn't even get it. So let's keep going.
Are more
That's
people, like,
75.
people like watching
Keep
this
eyes on
happen
your-
as we do this?
Keep eyes on your pockets. And I change my fucking. I put my money in my jacket on the inside.
Yeah, I sling my money pouch like that and wrap it around like, ties around the band of the holding the quiver. Just keep walking.
Gotcha.
Mine isn't leave my
Is that
hand.
normal? Is that normal, Rue? Is that a?
I'll put mine in on the inside of my vest. I mean, people are pretty desperate around here. Honestly, it's been rough. So I've picked a few pockets around here now. So,
It was a simple.
We've
first
all what we
match.
had to
It
do to
was nothing.
survive.
It was. He didn't harm anybody, or
Maybe
she.
it's hungry.
They just went. Just keep going.
And I would say that as all of you check, you find Talvin that your money purse is quite a bit lighter.
How lighter would you say?
You turn it and it's a bag.
Oh, we had money for like a second, guys.
Well,
it was nice while it lasted.
It was nice
Just
having
think.
money for a little bit because I spent it all on components, and I don't know where those components are.
Right.
You got to spend 25 of it, so
On my mouth. My mouth made me spend 25 gold.
Did
Make no
we
mistakes.
did the rest of us have all of our money?
The rest of you have what you have.
I scream. I turn around and scream. I was gonna make you all food, but you know what? I turn around and I turn back around.
it's not worth it, Talvin. It's not worth it.
Yeah,
Just come on.
chill, brother. Let's keep going.
All
What are
right.
you gonna do?
So you ignore the thievery.
Yeah, I ignore it. What else am I gonna do right now?
It's not the worst thing that's going on.
I don't know how you turned away from that, Keen. I would have been running after that guy so fast.
I don't. He didn't. They didn't attack anybody. Just simple purse snatch. I feel like we've all been there sometime in our life. Should never
No,
snatched a purse.
I always earn
Yep.
my money, whether it was just
Well,
at the
I
farm
was a kid
or
once.
if it was at the garrison.
As I said, we've all had to do what we had to do to survive.
Yeah.
Okay, I should get
So where are we specifically headed? So you can go to Nicodranus. You continue.
we want to go to the Baxi Village, I think.
Yeah, we're going to the
Yeah,
village.
Going to Vaxi Village. Okay, so you travel with this. So here there is like this idea of safety in numbers, and as you kind of get to just where the jungle is beginning to touch the road, you begin to leave the road and head south. Not through the jungle, seeming from all of you, Rue would be somewhat comfortable traveling in the jungle, but everyone else, I think, seems like that they don't want to go in all of a sudden.
Well, I mean, would jungle still kind of like forest, or is that different?
What?
Would forest, will jungle still kind of forest, or is that something different? Because one of my favorite terrains is forest.
That's actually a really good question. I think I'd count it the same. I'm pretty sure it's meant to be the same.
So I'm comfortable in here.
Sure.
Spend a lot of time in the woods.
I mean, I'm sure Rue knows exactly how to get home from here.
Yeah, you guys are gonna love my parents. I mean, they don't talk very much anymore, but
Right.
but they're gonna be great. You guys are gonna have a good time.
They really did a lot with that 250 gold gel when we left them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's kind of interesting. You're walking along and things are familiar, especially to Keen and to Talvin, but stuff has changed. It's that weird thing. It's like things that shouldn't. Trees are bigger than they should be. It's a little bit off-putting. You can hear the sounds of Nicodranus louder than you remember. You see more ships than ever sailing, like way off in the distance. As you look at the Lucidian Ocean, it's just this, as though again that sense the world moved on and got busier in the blink of an eye.
I haven't been in a boat in a long time.
It's weird.
And you head to Casca Lake. Again, there's some days here. There's many. Like you're traveling a few weeks at this point. I think what you find interesting here is things seem just rather calm. It's a weird calm of stuff this close. And as you start to get sight of the lake, the first thing you notice is a fairly massive floating village.
It's pretty big.
Look at that.
Almost the size of a city. Like it's massive. You see that there's 7 bridges that go from the center to different areas around the lake, all that connected to the center. It's gotten massive, and you see that um, there are people who have actually traveled through the jungle, not along where you traveled, or traveled through the jungle, have traveled through the jungle and are crossing to bring goods and those types of things. Um, and as you get closer, you do see there's other people traveling in this wide open grasslands that seem to have made their way to. It's not a capital or anything, but it has its own, I guess you call it, sense of things.
Kane's definitely walking up with a smirk on his face a little bit, like a happy one, like a half smile, but he doesn't want to smile, but he's got everything.
This is what's possible because of what you guys did, you know?
Quick question: do I feel safe revealing my drowness, or do I feel like I need to keep up the masquerade?
I would say I don't know if you have enough information to really know. I don't think you've seen another drow. So
Fair.
I don't think
I was
you've
just
seen.
more of the lines of like what we've been to this village before, and
Yeah, I would say this village now seems a little more multiracial. In fact, what I will give you is that you do see a few Shlezo just kind of there, but they don't seem to have a lot of authority, but they seem to just be inspecting things.
Okay.
So I think this is a little bit more of an official place than it was before.
Alright.
And-
I'll leave it until we're in private company that I can drop this. But
And the one thing, I'll take some other perception before Keen, is the water here now is crystal clear. You feel like you could almost see to the bottom. There's not that dark, murky that was there before.
Huh.
And it's like kind of this beautiful, reflective.
we came out of that. Yeah, we popped. Yeah,
We really did. Literally.
from one portal to the next, and we. God, I feel so old.
That might be something you might not want to say to people. Hey, I popped out of this lake.
I mean, the village knows about it.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, 100%. They're going to be so excited to see you guys.
yeah.
Is that
Actually,
village
can't
out
wait.
there still alive? Is your leader still alive?
Yeah, I mean, I've been on the road traveling for like a year and a half now. Baka, how long? I mean, it's been a few years since we've known each other.
Yeah,
so-
absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
just feel like if we could find her, we could definitely just chill here for a night at least.
Absolutely.
We were promised. She knows us. She'll know me and Talvin.
Well, and I just like to point out, I've been walking all day. I've been walking all day. Walking.
Baka.
All right,
Get
I'll
used
race
to
you. I'll race you. Let's go. I'll race you to the village. Come on. My wings just shoot out. Let's go. Come on.
I'm gonna give Baka guidance on whatever role he's gonna do.
Really?
Just,
Really?
But
Are you
sorry.
good? Are you good with this? You're good?
I'm
Like a
challenging
race?
you, aren't I?
Yeah? Yeah? Oh
They're
yeah.
racing.
Is that accept?
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
That's fine.
All right, let's do opposed acrobatics checks.
give that D4 to Baka, man.
Oh, thank goodness. I'm gonna
Is
need
there
it.
any way that I could run fast? Like, I want to try and beat them, but I know I can't.
I've got a total of 25.
Fuck, you beat me by 1!
All right, so wings flap and they both boom going through, and some people laughing, Baka, and you tear across the lake and end up landing in the city, and people kind of laugh and recognize, yeah, things that fly, people fly, and you begin to make your way across these bridges, and it is beautiful. And you can't help but notice, like, there's posts that are about every 10 feet or so that seem to like reinforce the bridges, and on the posts, there's carvings of a dragonborn with an axe, a man on a horse, what just looks like from the carving, because it's not color, an elf waving their hands, a large werewolf, and 2 tieflings.
I go to the Rasgard statue and I kind of just like touch where the foot would be and kind of just like bow in respect. It's like that. He would have loved this. He would have loved seeing that. But they did no justice to my face. I do not look like that.
I'm standing like eye to eye with the statue. Talvin's like,
Yeah.
I don't think they got it.
Talvin, make a perception check real quick.
Do I memorize my numbers? Let's see here. 14. Oh, wait, disadvantage.
Are not wearing the visor?
No, because that natural one I had makes me do disadvantage. Because of that D4 I roll. But it's still good. So 14.
14?
Yeah.
As you passed, you swore for a second as you walked by, you felt the head of the statue of Rasgard follow you. Then you look back and it's just staring in the regular position.
Good to see you too, buddy.
Flop over to the statue of the Landoran buddy. Is this that one guy?
Yeah, that's that one guy.
The guy who did the hand thing?
Yeah,
That's that horse.
You were riding his horse.
He's not gonna like that. Locash, just know if we ever, yeah, just take care, buddy. He might save you one day in more ways than you know.
We actually, Elanthor made me promise to bring that horse back to Joras, so we might have. You really should take care of that horse.
All right.
Fair.
All right.
Are you ready to go? Are you ready to meet the town again?
Sure. Yeah.
Awesome. And I think I like run ahead of them on like, all
Yeah.
fours going. I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, let's go.
Yeah, absolutely. And different people are greeting you as you're coming in, friends, some of the other villagers who are part of this. And again, this seems like almost like a metropolis here. There's still like the trading, they still seem mostly like they go hunting in the jungle and are carrying goods out. But it is just an amazing sight. And you see at the center now, what looked like kind of a tall building, you now see is like this kind of like a built-up ziggurat that's been put up in the center. That looks quite beautiful. Looks like it's been made of wood. And you just kind of come through, and there's a few like pauses, and like kind of like, what is that? Kind of like at you, Talvin, and a few recognize you and Keen, and they just kind of stop and cry a bit.
I'm walking very prideful. And every time I see someone, I'm like, look, I got him. And they're here. They're here
now I take off the hat and reveal the drow because cat's out of the bag.
Yeah, and there's these smiles, and you're all walking with purpose, and they see you with Rue, and there's this recognition probably of where you're going, and a few like run up and give you this kind of orange fruit that looks more like grapes, kind of like orange grapes, and you see interesting. You see that one of the things you spot as you're getting closer to the center of the town is what almost looks like this crystal green construction that you've recognized because you've had pieces of this now as refined residuum, and they're almost like tanks of them. And as you look through the tanks, I should say you can't quite see through the tanks unless you'd want to see them.
Yeah, I'd like to see.
I'm going up.
Yeah.
All right, make a perception check.
10.
14.
I'm a guidance myself. That's cocked. Oh no, it's not. It corrected itself. 14.
14.
Same.
14. Yeah, so you get really close, and it's hard because it's refined, but it's not perfectly clear. And as you kind of have your face very, very close up to it, there's two white hands that just come from the inside and move in. You see this porcelain face with pigtails, about 2 feet tall, and looks good.
Oh
And
no.
kind of goes away.
Seems so
That's
proud.
weird.
They took care of their own problem. Look at them.
That's weird.
You guys. What?
What's the problem?
Rue, what?
Hey, what the
They
fuck are these
obviously
things?
what happened. Look, they trapped them.
What
They
are
figured out a
they?
way. What are they?
You're acting like I've been here the entire time.
Okay.
No,
These are
Oh,
dolls, right?
It's not that.
Just-
It's these
Just
dolls,
good
man.
memories. Good memories. Really.
That doesn't
I'll
spark
never
good
let-
memories, dude.
I walk away laughing. Like, man.
You know, Skaha stabbed me once, and I just continue walking.
You know, Lanthor gave me his entire backstory on this beach next to this village. I wasn't
Oh my
listening
goodness.
though.
Yeah, and I think there's this
Yeah.
odd part of like this crazy reminiscence, but you are led ultimately. First, the guards are kind of like, "Rue, who do you bring?" And they recognize who's with you, and they kind of back off.
I did it. I fucking did it.
Yeah,
Okay?
yeah, she did.
Like,
Lose the shit, my friend.
Love this. I love this.
and they escort you up to this ziggurat, and it goes up, and near the top, you finally see the same. Now a little older, a little grayer, old tabaxi man who looks up, coughs a little bit. Goes, "You have not seen from these eyes in a long time. Welcome, friends of the village."
You guys done really well. I'm shocked. You went from a small shanty town on a lake to a trade capital, it looks like.
Not, I wouldn't say capital by any means, but we've done very well. I mean, of course, we got help, but it's been good. Been trained well. Thank you for your pieces in this. I'll never forget even that we had a generation to pass this on to. As he looks at Rue.
Well, if it wasn't for your this one right here, we wouldn't have even thought to have come over here. And we're grateful for them. A lot has happened for us, and we have more stories to grace.
You haven't aged a day, have you?
No. If anything,
Like
it's been a couple
3
of months
months.
to us. Yeah.
Where have you
Yeah.
been?
That's a very loaded question.
They tell
You ever heard of a
stories.
city named Victel?
Like,
Victor?
I do not know of this place.
I wouldn't expect you to. A lot has changed since we left here for Nicodranus. And one thing led to another, and we've been hopping in different places, different worlds.
As you're talking, he kind of waves his hand, and there's these fresh fish that are brought.
Oh, thank you.
But, it's kind of like a compilation of raw and cooked.
You guys
can
always-
pick whatever you want.
sushi. Cool.
Yeah.
That's a new word.
They have the
This
best
is
fish.
very good.
Let me tell
Yeah,
you.
bro.
And I
this
slapped
a lot
like
in the last
3.
few years.
I'm slapping fish on top of fish.
I take a first bite, and I'm like, oh, I mean, okay.
Yeah, don't really start at the middle of it unless they like gutted it first.
Wow.
You'll get some weird shit. Not fun.
No. But no, we have
So
a lot to tell you
good.
guys. It's going to be some good stories.
I think I just kind of motioned to the elder and just like a little crazy. A little crazy.
Okay.
Yes.
I mean, I assume you guys have like
I
told
would.
me on your journey.
I am not so prideful that I think that you came here just to say hi. Well, how can I help you?
Just a night's rest. We've got business tomorrow morning.
Where?
They're gonna go into the jungle, elder. They're gonna go figure out what Az was up to in the jungle. Remember when we rescued him?
Elder, do you?
Yes,
Go ahead.
King?
I was gonna say, do you have any trade routes that run back up to where was the place we were just at? I'm sorry.
Port
The-
City.
Side Green Forest.
To the Side Green Forest.
We can send someone past the border if that would help you.
Yeah,
Hmm.
we're looking to grab a package from Port Zune and hopefully make its way back to Siren Green.
I see.
We were gonna get the package from Port Zune and see if you could maybe arrange transportation back to the Siren Green for.
I mean, as you can see, bigger place, bigger responsibility. What was this package?
I can tell you when I get it,
Yeah.
I see.
I think.
but there
we're
is
safe.
also 600 gold in it
Yeah.
to bring it
100.
back.
Hmm.
Was 600 what you gave us, or was
Let's
it?
see when we get the package, shall we?
Yeah.
As long as it is fine. You have to understand, if I ask somebody to take it, anybody in this village will.
Right.
I take that
I understand.
seriously. And I would be remiss should I not do that. And as you know,
I'll look around.
we've been
Yeah.
taken advantage of in transporting things before.
So if
Tender
there's
subject, yeah.
Well,
Understandable.
You would not do this willingly, I know, or knowingly, but I would just have to double check.
Of course.
Yes,
Make your
any
last
other issue? You're making the jungle, finding where Azrael was. May I ask why is he not with you?
have you not really caught up on what has happened in the Empire?
Well, I know enough, but if you're looking into he's made his way here before. I would just
Recently?
assume that if you would be looking for something with him, he'd be involved.
Ezreal unfortunately had to separate himself from the party. It's unfortunate, but I guess we seek a better understanding as to why he was brought here in the first place. And he mentioned something about a temple that he and his troop of friends decided to investigate.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me a deception check here. A few dice rolls we've had tonight.
Deception. Am I good at this? No. 7.
7.
You're not good at it.
It's the new dice.
The big one?
The big one.
Why are you wrong?
Tell me. And you see him kind of move his hand over to this blue stone. Would it be a problem if I talk to Azrael right now?
I'd be really surprised if he'd answer any call.
Elder's a
I
big
probably-
deal, man. Elder's a big deal. He'll talk to anyone he wants. He's a big deal.
I probably would.
Insight check. Do I believe that stone can call Azrael?
Or insight.
Oh, I believe he can call Azrael.
10.
He's met Azrael before.
I mean, he seems pretty confident.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Elder and Az are buddies. So.
Yeah, he's met all of us before, including Azrael.
I don't mean to.
Probably just don't mention.
I would say you've seen these stones work before. You understand that what he's saying is that these types of stones are paired. So he's saying he has half of this, and Azure. His claim is Azure has the other half.
If I'd rather you not speak to Azrael this moment.
Puts it down.
Why not? Az is the best. Why don't you want to talk to him?
Then, I imagine the less I know, the better.
This
I
for
will
your
not
safety.
betray what you did. You have to understand.
It's for your village's safety. That's
We owe much to Master Azrael. Much to him. He had helped us make the cages for the dull so we could hunt the shores again without fear of possession. He helped us clear the lake. However, we owe much to you. So please take your night's stay. If you wish to come back here, I'll say this. I would never deny a one-night stay to anyone who helped us the way you would. Take your night, go in the jungle, and take another night here before you leave.
Thank you,
But
Elder.
I believe our conversation must end. And I am sorry. I do not know what you did to poor Azrael. And he puts the stuff up. And he leaves you with your plates. He kind of leaves like you could finish your food, and he just kind of...
Master Azrael. I hate every time I hear someone say that.
That's zero for me. Never has.
What? I mean, that was really rude. You guys didn't want to talk to your friend? Like, Az is the best. He saved, I mean, like, he along with you guys, but then he, like, came back and saved us again, you know?
Listen, I would never expect you to call me Master Keen. Talvin would never expect you to call him Master Talvin. This Rasgard, we don't do this for the titles. It's not what this is about.
I just want to point out, Master Baka sounds pretty cool. Guys.
You're not even close to getting that, kid.
I'm just saying.
Not even close.
That
Not even
sounds
close.
pretty good.
Not even close.
I
Not
mean,
even close to reaching that rank.
Baka could do whatever the fuck he wants. I would call him that.
Yeah, you
Like,
know what?
hell yeah.
Have you ever killed anything before, Baka?
Yeah, of course.
Chicken sight
I
check.
already don't believe
Inside
but I'm making an insight check.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm
19.
rolling such shit tonight. God damn, 11.
19. Wait,
Yeah,
no, 18.
Yeah. He's not lying. Baka's not one to lie about his achievements. Well, at least in a diminishing way.
It's hilarious.
Anyway, Master Rue, are we good to be I don't want the elder mad. Is he
I
gonna
don't want
get
to
mad? Yeah,
I don't
want the
know.
elder mad.
You can talk to the elder if you want, Rue. He's still there. He just kind of walked away from the group.
I'm gonna go talk to him real quick. You hang out with these guys.
Yeah, I'll distract him. Hey, you guys want to hear another song?
Okay?
Hey, Keen, you want to go do some target practice? Yeah, let's go.
Please.
Tell them have fun with the song.
I'm gone.
Yeah, we're going to go shoot some arrows somewhere.
I didn't ask for any of this.
Yeah, I think I go over to the elder and I go, Elder, like, I'm sorry. I didn't know they were gonna be like that. I thought they were friends with us.
My sense is that you have the tense of that sentence correct, child. But please do not be worried. You are free to do what you wish, as are all of us in this village. You know that.
Yeah.
You are a part of this. And positives. People are complicated. Master Azrael, I do not think is a saint. Nor do I think the ones you travel with are. I know you do. They're your heroes. Your skill is because of them, and you've protected this village in hopes to achieve their level. And that is what the young are for. To dream and to not see. Your lack of wisdom is a gift, I think. But just, they're going to break your heart, child. They're not perfect.
Well, I mean, you know me. I'll get the truth no matter what, even if it does break my heart. I want to know. I'll
Good.
figure it out for you. I promise.
Oh, so that is part of us aging. We all have our heart broken by our heroes, and it is good. They'll probably be softer than others. Just don't judge them too harshly. If you knew everything about me, you might think less of me. In fact, I know you would.
No, never.
But you're going into the jungle, you know that if you're going deep, as I suspect you are, hell, I am not going to refuse the help of a kitten from my own tribe. And he goes he goes in and he takes out this wooden case. I was saying as he goes, you see him digging through like this big chest, and you hear like 7 different locks come up, and then you see like a big board get lifted out of the case. Then he digs in, he's throwing stuff everywhere. He undoes some more what sound like locks. He takes another wooden thing out. And then you hear kind of like this hand entering water. He comes up with this like kind of long cylindrical case. He dries it off. He unscrews it. And he brings out this like it's like animal hide. It's about 5 inches by 5, but like 4 inches around. And he hands it to you. And you see that it's a very crudely drawn map of like you could tell that from drawn from the viewpoint of the old village into the jungle.
Oh, thank you.
When Azrael was feverish, he drew this.
This was drawn by him?
Yes. I give it to you. Who knows? Maybe you just found it while playing in the sand with the other children. And he starts putting everything back and kind of stops talking.
I will treasure this forever, Elder. Amazing. Thank you. And, you know, I'll come back with anything that I figured out about these guys, okay?
Be safe.
Go catch up with them. I'm gonna tuck that in my chest area, like it's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking Keenan and I went to go find like in like an archery range for like guard or soldier like to practice archery down there. There's one, and I'm just gonna talk like while we're practicing me with my bow. I guess him, whatever he wants to use. But,
I just got my arm extended, shooting with the shield.
And I kind of just like I don't cut my thumb. I don't like cut my thumb, but I just run my thumb across the spike that I added onto my the handle, and like, you know, your dad told me. I think he said yours dad, Atticus, whatever. He
is.
There we go. He told me a little bit about you. And
What did
your
the
whole
old man
thing.
say?
Nothing really personal, just you're big into fighting monsters, doing good shit like that.
I'm big into helping.
Yeah.
Just what I'm good at.
Yeah, being out here, last time I was out on the coast, my old party and I, we were hired along with a bunch of other people to sail out on the city and ocean because some sailors thought they saw a kraken, like somewhere out there. So they got like 20 of us on this one boat, and we all had our jobs to do. I was, of course, stuck with the night shift for watch. It was really boring shit. Didn't even turn out being a kraken. It was just a really big octopus.
Don't you hate those?
Right? Still got paid for it though, so I'm not really complaining. But it kind of just reminded me of the reason why I started kind of doing this. The reason why I went to go find Atticus after you guys disappeared. I know you guys were Clary Orders were all about all that weird shit.
Well, pretty much that, what you did. You're given a mission, you go and do it,
Yeah.
you return. That's about it. Well, at least when you start. That's all I've been given so far. And shoot, the one time they called me, I didn't even answer. So, I'm sure they're not too mad about it.
Well, there was this one thing out on the water. You're pretty cool, so I'm not gonna tell you. It was one of the nights I was on watch. I was up in the crow's nest. And it's gonna sound like I'm fucking crazy. But being out here just reminded me of it. I was probably drunk off my ass. But all of a sudden, the reflection in the water looked like it was daytime. Right? And out of the water, where the sun was, I just saw the weirdest shit. I'm gonna stop beating around the bush. I saw what looked like a giant eye.
A giant eye.
Yeah, like big yellow eye, the black line down the middle, kind of like a snake's eye. I just kind of like opened my eye, kind of like that. Like you see, like how she's got like blue eyes with a slit.
And when he says that, does that remind me of the eye from the dream, or does it seem like a different eye?
It's different.
Okay.
And it was just down in the water, just sitting there.
And
I don't even. It started
just
saying
happened.
something. Yeah, some words were said, then more of them popped up. I thought it was.
What were
pretty
the
sure- I'm pretty
words,
sure.
Lukash? You're cutting me short.
Dude, I don't even. This was like, not like 4 years ago. So like, I don't really remember. Just being back out here just reminded me of that.
Well, it's your first little sea journey.
Yeah.
I guess weird shit happens out there.
Oh,
I've never
yeah.
actually been out to sea myself.
Really.
I like to stick to the land. The fact you were in the crow's nest, good for you, because a little secret about me, I don't like heights. Not at all. Not at all.
It's
When I said I
definitely a
would
good
jump on
reason.
your back earlier, I was joking. I
Feigning
would never
confidence. That's good. That's
So
good.
always, yeah. But
Well, from what I remember, and from what I'm gleaning off him, Alex is proud of you. And whatever you've been doing.
that old fart. It's good to know he's still doing well.
Yeah.
It's good to know he's still alive. Yeah. Shouldn't be so surprised, I guess.
Yeah. Strong dude. All right, here, check this shit out. I take off flying. I go like 45 feet up, and I just dangle upside down and just like take a shot at the target.
Skill challenge that I want to see you fail.
Give me a shot. Big attack roll.
That was kind
Let's see, 18.
17.
Barely.
I think you got it, and then it just hits wrong and bounces off of the.
Still working on it. I'll get
I
it.
see what you were doing there. Is there like poles next to me holding these docks up where we're standing or anything?
Mhm.
All right. So what I do is I step onto it with one and I push up and I do a backflip, and as I'm falling, I take a shot with my shield and I for the target.
All right. Yeah, we'll say 18 for you as well.
Let's see. He completely misses. See, look, we shouldn't be doing this after drinks like this. Look at you missed. I missed. When does that happen? When does that happen?
I want to
You know
walk
what?
up, no, I want to walk up behind him and just take the shot. I have a short bow. I want to hit it. I want to hit it so
I'm
bad.
gonna give Brew Bardic inspiration.
Are you there?
You get your
I
shit
mean,
together.
I'm watching this now. I'm probably still with Baka when he's singing and
We'll say
shit.
they
And then
came
he,
up with the
No,
Finally
we
stopped.
stepped
Roll.
away.
I mean, yeah, but we probably found you guys after a bit.
Fair enough.
Can I try to hit it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Okay, what does Bardic Inspiration do? Do I add
You
something?
gotta
Add a
add a
D8.
D8 to any roll.
Oh, come on. It's a 25?
Oh my
That's Bardic
You see
Inspiration.
Rue, because Rue has a climbing speed, like climbs is like almost like running alongside of a building, Spider-Man like just leaps off, does a flip, and lands a perfect bullseye on going through, and then just kind of doesn't even have to do like landing with the knees, lands straight legged like.
Oh man.
That's
I
my
think
girl.
she's
That's
just
my girl.
beaming.
Brew.
She's like,
I'm farther away and upside down. I should get bonus points for that.
I don't know, Locash. I missed it, and I'm not gonna lie. That shit was sweet as hell.
Oh yeah, I'm not denying that.
don't worry, we'll work on your guys' skills while we're here.
That was a mistake.
Oh, I'm taking 2 more shots at the fucking target.
Well, when you guys are done, can we have a?
Keen's gonna take a shot without even looking.
What?
He's
One of
talking
them
to Rue.
hits.
He's talking to Rue right in the eyes. So I'm gonna shoot at disadvantage to see if I can. hit
yeah,
it.
shoot disadvantage.
I love that.
Oh no! It's just it was a 27 and a 12.
Oh,
Ah.
I shot.
Second.
I shot 22 and a 16.
Yeah, so you let it, boom, and it both of you kind of let go as you're going bing bing, and it flies out, and you're like, dang it, and then you hear two.
I
Sorry about that. Sorry.
took 2 different shots. I wasn't rolling with disadvantage.
Whoever was unfortunately hit by that, I'm gonna find them and give them a cure wounds. That's just. I'm sorry for my friend's stupidity.
Oh my gosh!
They're not house breaking yet. They're
What
just
is wrong
fucking
with all
idiots,
of
and
you?
I break whatever who's ever that was. Just guys.
Keynes, it's Keynes. He hit him.
Drinking and shooting, not a thing. Okay. Check.
All right,
Check.
well, now that show is over, where do you guys want to go? Do you want to go meet my parents? Or we could go...
Whoa! We literally
Whoa,
just met.
hang
Like,
on.
we're meeting your parents right away.
Her parents
I
are
just
all-
Yeah,
Oh.
I've got to go
I
find
mean, if
someone.
they
real
have
quick.
they have a fire and someplace to eat, I'd love to just chill out for tonight if that's okay.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
This kind of came late in the day. I think that you might take your night's rest, and you could probably catch up in the morning.
How late is it?
Before you head out? I mean, the sun's setting.
Okay, so I just want to find, go around the village, see if I can find Kavari around.
I'll be by a fire if anyone wants to chill with me and strike conversations.
I'm going to drink
Yeah,
until my
I'll say
every
let's.
clue is gone.
Keen, you find Kabari. I like that. So it's interesting. I think you try to sniff her down. Just kind of old school, Keen using his senses,
Just going
and you
through
find
this.
it incredibly easy. And you immediately, I was not immediately, but about when you sense you're halfway there, you realize that she's rubbed her skin and fur against different places.
This one's playing games already.
Um,
And I look around,
And-
I'm twisting.
yeah, make a perception check, as you're looking.
$18.
18.
Oh wait, I'm still exhausted. 1 level. It's even worse. It's 11.
You look around with an 18. You don't see anything, and you keep moving. And then you feel a hard pat on your left shoulder.
And I just stop and smile. And I turn around and I say, "How you doing?"
You see nothing, and then from behind you says, "I'm doing good, old man."
Oh man, you've gotten fast.
Says, "I've been following since you got here. Could smell you a mile away."
It's good to see you. And I take her and I
She
go.
just hugs you and starts
Yeah.
crying.
I've missed you, and I
Maybe
give her a
we're
little
not
pats on
bad
the head.
guys.
And I'll talk with her for a while, and I'll just take her to go get some food, sit with her, walk around, let her show me what she's been doing. Just spend the rest of the day kind of just like learning about what Rue's been up to, or what Kavar's been up to.
Yeah,
This is
she
such a sweet side of
she
Keen I
leads
never knew
you.
existed.
She leads you to where you first started to train her a little bit. And you see that there's a fire set up. Some fish were roasting. There's like a little table all set up, and it's very like cute and innocent. I don't want to give any weird impression here. It's just this person who's respecting this person who trained them. And she sits in the exact way you sit, as though she's really taken like things to heart. You see that there's a few weapons strewn about. You get that she lives here. And it's kind of in a little bit of the boondocking, a place that you see almost like on purpose wasn't improved. Was where she's made her home.
She's just stuck to your training. And actually, I reach into my bag and because I've had this for a long time waiting to see you again. And I pull out this little eye patch I bought back in Nicodranus when we went into the city, hoping that we'd come back to give it to her when she was younger. And I just say, "This is for you. I bought it for you a long time ago, for me not so long ago." And probably don't need it anymore now. But
she smiles, and you can tell like there's I'll say make a perception check for you. Perception check. Keen, did you hear me?
I rolled 17.
Cool. That'll do it. 17. There's like this. You see her right hand move, and then it's she kind of goes and then kind of slowly puts it down and takes her left hand and grabs the eye patch and begins to kind of put it on, kind of a little awkwardly, but gets it on.
And as she puts it on with her left hand, I reach for her right hand and I pull it closer to see what she's trying to hide. If there's anything wrong with her hand, or if
give me an unarmed strike. She doesn't really want you to do this.
an arm strike. 17.
17 is going to beat her AC.
You trained, but don't forget.
You grab it, and immediately you realize that it's less than it should be, and it doesn't have hair. And you pull it, and there's this gnarled black and the skin wound tight around what bone was left.
And I just... What the hell happened here? What is this?
She just breathes. She goes, "I don't want you to be mad.
Just nothing to be mad about. I just need to know more about what's going on. Can't be walking around with your hand like that, with your paw like that.
He came and said something about giving me his power, training me. But I didn't want to be Azrael. I wanted to be you. And after what he put on my hand, and she kind of pulls her sleeve up, and you see that you do see a little bit of metal that had grown on the dead skin, and then you see a rope that's tied taut that cut off all circulation. I wasn't going to let it. I am Keen's, not Azrael's. I trained by Keen. I will not be like him.
And I tell her to give me the 1 second. And I run in and I get Talvin. I tell her don't move. And I call Talvin alone and I say, Talvin, I need you. Just you. Come. Come on. And I grab him by the shirt.
Can I try to follow sneakily?
I guess that makes a little bit of sense.
Yeah, I don't do it secretly. I grab him.
Yeah, so if you want to be secret, it sounds like they're just saying you can be secret because I'm not going to care.
Okay.
From talking to Baka, I'm interrupted. What? Okay. And then just seeing this.
And I show him the hand and I say, do you think there's anything we can do? Or do you think we're just going to have to...
Look at her arm.
Yeah.
See how bad...
Make a medicine check.
Okay. Guidance. Sorry. Bad at math. 8 plus 6, 14.
14. I think you see that this arm should have vanished to dust. Like this should have broken off essentially the way that it's been cut off from the rest of the body. This has been this way a long time, over a year.
You did this to stop it from spreading.
Yes. And I would say that the thing is something about it. With your medicine check, it's almost as if the hand's undead. It's not quite, but as if it wants to be. And whatever she did is keeping it from doing that. And
I look at
different magic would fix this, but you definitely would need a regeneration spell.
Yeah, I look a little bit at Talvin like, I give him that look like, is this something that you can do, or is this something that I'm just gonna have to take care of now?
Keen,
I can't leave her like this.
I can only do... You've seen what I can do, and I've yet to grasp anything about necromancy.
And I'm talking with him to the side, away from Kavari a little bit, so she doesn't hear what I'm about to say next.
She follows. She doesn't want to go along with that. She looks, she goes, I waited for 2 years. Wait for 2 years, Keen. I can hear anything. You promised if I trained. You promised.
Then it's your choice, Kavari. You can wait even longer. We can cut the hand off now.
I'm saying to be really trained by you. To come. I will not be left again. I did what you asked.
And how much older does she look now? She looks like she's in her teens.
Mm-hmm. She's
still like a child.
Yeah, she was about 13 before. Now she's about 15, 16, which to back they go hunting at this age. You've seen these people. Yeah, it's not unreasonable.
Let me think about it. But that hand can't stay. You either need to make the decision to cut it off, because at the moment we don't have anything else. We may have other options to get you a hand, but you can't keep that like that. Tied up, how long will that last?
It's
You're
lasted
gonna
a year so
forever-
far.
You're just going to forever keep that on your arm? That's not even an option, Kawari. I'm telling you that now.
Keen.
You want training?
If you, I
You
want
want
to
to
tell
follow?
you, I had dreams of it. I had dreams of it killing me after I cut it off. I'm terrified of what it will do.
Keen, we can take the time to really study this. Azrael came here for a reason before coming with us. Maybe there's something out there that we can learn from it.
Keen has his
This
hands
isn't a lost cause.
on his forehead. He's rubbing his eyes. He just doesn't know what to do right now.
Yeah, you can see that the way she has her arm is almost like if you were to make a move, like she almost is like, do what you want. Like there's this absolute trust she has.
Keen,
Almost like she said her piece, but she trusts. Like there's this tribal way that she
Calvin,
looks at someone.
what are our
over.
options? What are our options other than to cut her arm off?
I grab him by the shoulders and just make sure I get eye contact.
He can't even look at you right now. He's just.
There is always a possibility that this could backfire if we act right now.
Do you understand, Talvin, that this is my fault? Do you remember Azrael died that day? Remember that I had a decision that day to pick her or Zoot? To pick him or Zoot? Azrael's back here. All this happened. And look. Had I let him die that day, look,
And you didn't do
this
it.
wouldn't even be here.
I understand. But right now, it is the choices that we make right now that change the fate of this little girl. We act now, we might be making the wrong one. But if we focus, we can end up making the right one. She's not going anywhere. It's stable for now. We will find out a way. There's always a possibility.
And he just doesn't know what to do. Like I said, he's just sitting there with his hands to his temple. He's so mad right now.
Yeah. I think on that point of anger, we're going to end for tonight.
Oh, man.
Oh, wow.
I'm so excited though. I've been wanting to go into that jungle since day one. Since day one.
Now we're just gonna go to Nicodranas. Fuck the jungle.
Day
was a
one, I'm like,
map,
guys, let's
it
go to
was
the
like-
jungle. And you're
I
like,
wasn't
nah.
finished. No.
I figured we could always go right back after we finished in here.
Yeah.
Still wasn't that
Maybe
far.
we'll figure something out in the temple.
Yeah. Ugh. Jesus.
All right. I know we had some people watching and they kind of pieced out. It's all good. For those of you who watch later, we had a lot of role play tonight. We're getting back to some of our usual stuff. We had a lot to figure out, a crossroads of our campaign as far as very different storylines that we had to choose from, and we chose the Southern storyline.
Yeah.
And that is
Back
how
at
we're moving. And we'll see y'all next week.
Back at it again in the White Sands.
Later.
Do it.